Hey, Joe and Lou, Michael Bruce here. What's going on? Just headed down New York State Thruway, driving down to record episode 114 for the Honeymooners podcast, which actually is very impressive, episode 114. I mean, who would have known that you guys would have made it this far? I know all the national review publications didn't see it the same when you guys first started. Of course, easy for them to say, make criticism about the podcast, saying it would never last past 7 episodes or whatever. New York Times, RottenTomatoes.com, Rolling Stone magazine, all said that it wouldn't last. I think American Weekly was the only one that said that they would follow the podcast until it dropped dead. But anyway, it's a really great thing that we've made it this far, and there's a lot more to go. And it's 7:41 here on the driving down, and I just passed a Chinese restaurant. That's how I was able to tell what time it was, because my watch is currently at the Disney Corporation getting fixed. But I just wanted to say that it's a risky business for anybody listening out there to do this podcast stuff, because, as you know, sometimes the wives want to come and record on the podcast, and the Board of Nuts had said that no wives to record the podcast this year. And so I thought to myself afterward, I was talking with Ron Albanese, I said, if Tara's interested in recording the podcast this year, I'll eat your hat. Well, Ron Albanese is out there somewhere right now pouring salt on his hat, ready to feed it to me, because last night when I had said that I was coming down today to do this, all of a sudden I had a feeling that she had planned on recording the podcast with me. As she came out of the bedroom, she was wearing a Honeymooners podcast t-shirt, and she was holding a bottle of Honeymooners habanero in one hand and the last free bottle of cherry sriracha in the other, and made it pretty clear to me that she wanted to record on the podcast. And of course I had to explain to her that we took a vote, so it didn't quite not go over well. I wasn't sure if she was going to like it or lump it, so when you see the Band-Aid on my forehead today, you'll know that she lumped it. But I had to actually get up at 4:30 this morning to sneak out, which wasn't easy, living in a one-bedroom apartment. It's actually amazing that I made it out of there, got myself ready, got everything ready to come down, and didn't make one sound that woke her up in a one-bedroom apartment. But I managed to do it, and I'm headed down, and I will see you guys very shortly for the recording of episode 114. Very exciting, very exciting. Hashtag Honeymooners 24/7 RX.
Testing, hot outbound car, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are you ready?
I'm all ready.
You on here? Come on, let's go inside and get started.
Dusty out in that hall?
Hey, get a load of butts over there.
Oh, would I like to belt you just once. Dusty out in that hall?
What's my temperature, Norton? 111. Oh, come on, let's get moving. Isn't there any lot here?
Yeah, about 300 pounds.
A 20% percentage.
And now, who is our next guest, please? Herb, here's our next guest.
Ed Norton. Ha, ha! What's this?
The Honeymooners Podcast, the only podcast that is all about the greatest show of all time, with the stars, Joe Conti and Louis Fatts.
If they ever institute a Nut of the Month Club, I've got a very good idea who's going to be January and February.
Welcome, fellow raccoons and members of the Women's Auxiliary. What's happening, all you Hurricanes, Bensonhurst Bombers, and all you Hamiltons of the world? You're listening to the Honeymooners Podcast with me, Joe Conti, and my pal Louis Fatts.
I never should have listened to him, Alice. The other night at the bachelor party, he was telling me I should lay down the law about moving in with Agnes's mother and father. I should let Agnes know right away that I was king of the castle and boss of the family.
Stanley
I was
Saxon.
Stanley.
Holy.
I give Mr. Marshall a break.
only
left your corporate lord
Look, I know.
for Stanley Saxon.
the only podcast all about the greatest show of all time. We record in the Non-Productive Studios at 328 Chauncey Street in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, also known as
Clifton, New Jersey.
Subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts, and if you're on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating and leave a positive review, and we will read them. The home base is non-productive.com/honeymooners if you want to listen to all the episodes. And don't forget to like our Honeymooners podcast Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter. And if you want to leave a voicemail, it's 240-442-2635. And if you want to email us, it's honeymoonerspodcast@aol.com.
Aren't they ancient? Did we tell them about that?
One line and he blew
They blew the one line.
Aren't they?
Aren't they ancient?
Aren't they? Yes.
And also, I'll tell that one afterwards.
I almost played
And also, if you want to support us on Patreon, you can find us on our website. What's going on, Lou?
Well, we have 114, and we have guests in the studio.
We have guests. We have people
Repeat
that
guests
you guys
by popular demand.
How
you doing? I'm Michael Bruce.
I'm children and entertainer Ron Albanese.
What's going on, fellas? It is great to have you guys
Awesome
here.
to be here.
It's
Fantastic. There's so much light. I can work.
The sun is out. The sky is blue, and I'd rather be nowhere else than sitting with you maniacs. Yes.
We have a typewriter here ready to go.
Plenty of light.
We care about our inventory sheets.
But this is great. We're very, very happy to have you guys here. And like I said, the last time you guys were here, me and Louie, we loved it, but I was very concerned when the episode came out. I was worried if there was going to be a lot of negative feedback, and there was nothing. Joe Fensterblau said nothing.
They found nothing in there.
They found nothing in there.
Let them check the episode.
We went to Vienna, and they found them.
They found nothing. So this is going to be a great show. We're going to have so much fun. And you guys probably already know it's going to be a little bit longer than normal.
Yes.
And nobody complains.
Okay.
Strap in.
Yes, exactly.
Sit down and hunker down. Wait, Ron, I have to bring this up. You talked about this the last episode.
Okay.
Joe, your procedure.
Right.
Ron had given you the transfusion.
And you know what? I'll tell you right now,
Yeah.
before you get into it, August 1st, I was 310 pounds, and I am almost 250 pounds now.
First thing, he walked up to the side of the car. Joe did. On a serious moment, he walked up. First thing I saw his face and everything. I was like, "Oh my, dude! If you hide, you could hide behind a pole right now. Holy Christ!"
Right.
Like I just couldn't believe it. So
Is this the man that does the podcast?
yes, I know exactly.
It's like fitting 300 pounds of bologna in a 250-pound bag.
Now, I would like to say that since he lost all the weight, though, all the emails have been coming in from the girls because now they don't have a place to sit in the shade and the beach anymore. So you've kind of ruined it for the ladies, Joe. But they used to crowd around you there, But
thank you.
I've been saving that for a month.
You look
Worth
great.
every second.
Though. Is this,
Doesn't he?
This is for great, right? Nothing. I don't even know what's going on.
What do you mean it's for great?
Like, there's nothing that happened, like where you had to lose weight, or like I'm saying, you did this too for a positive thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
He did it he wanted to lose weight for a negative reason.
Yeah,
What the hell's wrong with you?
Well, I'm thinking of a neutral reason. Maybe. I'm thinking more of a magnetism.
I do find it, and I don't want, but I do find it, and I do it in my act where what happens is when you lose weight when you're younger, people see you and they're just like, "Oh my God, wow, you look great. How'd you do it? What's your secret? How much did you lose?" When you're in your 50s and you lose weight, people look at you and be like, "Hey,
Have you
how's
seen
it
Johnny?
going?
Yeah.
How's it going?"
Wasting away.
And I'm like, "I'm okay," and they're like, "Is everything okay?" Because they think you're sick.
go to the
They don't know
doctor?
what to say.
Yeah.
They
He was
don't know
hurt.
what to say.
He was hurt.
So
Yes, he was.
Tanny system, I guess.
yeah, well, you know how I did it. My wife kept on saying, "Joe, salad," and it worked.
That's right.
It worked.
Well, you've been trying to lose weight, and he's been trying to gain weight because he's Louis Fat.
That's
So he's trying to gain weight.
Live up to my name, and it just ain't
Off
working.
the table.
But yes, so thank you guys, and a bunch of you guys out there sent messages and said, congratulations. We're happy
television
for you."
land,
In television land, yes, exactly. So without further ado, we have to get into our first sponsor.
Yes.
Right? We have two sponsors now.
Yeah, we do.
And our first sponsor, of course, is the great Silk City Hot Sauce.
Yeah.
Okay? So what you have to do is you have to go to silkcityhotsauce.com. And you have to get, first of all, honey habanero hot sauce.
Yes.
I mean,
Oh.
if you're going to get anything, you have to get that.
It's
because
delicious.
It's exactly. It really is, because everybody that tastes it is like.
I know I've never tasted it before, but there's something about the aroma I recognize.
I love that kind of
Hey,
Oh yeah.
this is
No, they don't say that. This is good food.
Yeah.
Okay, this is good stuff.
He
But
says aroma. He
Yeah.
doesn't say like it smells like.
Yeah.
It's aroma.
again,
There's something about
there's
the aroma I
a guy in the
recognize.
50s who sounds like what'd you say, Buckley?
Oh, well, William F. Buckley.
William F. Buckley, when Norton was saying
Yeah,
stuff that
yeah,
just sounded like out of place. But
Right.
And there are so many other great hot sauces. It's Chef Kingfish Levinsky, one
Yes.
of our pals, a fellow full-grown nut. It's his company. So what you do is go to SoakCityHotSauce.com and get yourself some great hot sauce. And you can get different packages and all that. And then when you're done and you go to the checkout counter, you will put in the
promo code.
two-letter promo code, which is
RX.
RX, exactly. And with that, you get 15% off your order.
The percentage,
yes. And
Ron was all over that. He couldn't wait.
Yeah,
he
he
couldn't wait. I'm going to say 50% percentage. Wait.
so of course
Doing
you
visual comedy now and here.
and when you do get that, you get 15% off and a free bottle of
Cherry sriracha.
I'm sorry, sir. I couldn't figure it out.
Thank you. Now that official translation, everybody, is a comp dip. That's the official, because he's a comp dip.
Yep.
Dip.
Oh, that's
Oh my God!
I've actually written it out.
Oh my
right,
God!
there you go.
Oh my God! I feel so normal. This is so great. I feel so normal.
We do have to make a disclaimer. You ain't getting no cherry sriracha.
yeah, that's right. There's no free cherry sriracha anymore.
Comedic purposes.
It's for
only.
comedic purposes more. Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
the legacy
Yes.
of the
Yeah.
cherry sriracha.
Yes,
For
yes.
those that have empty bottles in their
Just
house.
Yes.
Have it up on their.
It's like, yes.
Yes.
Mantle.
Mental.
So that's our one sponsor, but we have a second sponsor now, and that sponsor is the lovely Beverly Conti, who is my wife,
Yes.
who is now a travel agent. And if you go to keystothecaribbeantravel.com, she will help you go to any place in the world. Great places like where, Lou?
Mongolia.
Outer Mongolia.
What about you, Ron? What other place? Where would you like to go that my wife can help
Does
you
she
get there?
offer cruises to Seaside Heights?
Anywhere.
No, she doesn't.
Asbury
But
Park.
Asbury Park, though.
She don't go down that far to the seaside. She stops at Asbury
Well,
Park.
you
Yeah.
own that uranium field.
Yes.
Whoa, lost episode.
She'll have the road. It'll go right around the uranium field, so you'll be safe, Mike.
Can she hook me up with a smaller tent at Fred's Landing?
Yes,
Or
yes,
sure
she
has
can.
any tent access?
She'll get you to Fred's Landing,
Okay.
cheap
Just
enough
want-
to where you can actually save money, so you can get
Like
a
if I
bigger
only
tent.
had like $36, I
Yeah,
could get
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay.
Or
What
42
percentage?
She goes all around. All around.
That sounds
It's-
awesome.
I don't have
Shoot,
all
that sounds
42
awesome.
right now.
Yeah.
So
And
what's her website again?
it's Keys to the Caribbean Travel, because she specializes everything from the Keys of Florida
Keys.
all the way into the Caribbean. But anyway,
Another one of her crazy harebrained schemes.
Yes, exactly.
Mrs. Conti.
She's actually specializing in cruises from New York to Bismarck, North Dakota. Yeah,
which is tough.
It's tough.
I
It's a
love
very
it.
narrow waterway.
Yes. But it's really the only way to go west.
Yeah, she'll help you she'll help you put your car pointed west so you can get to Mexico. I mean,
Well, I'll be on the cruise ship with my Ernesto de Quistos band that I play with.
Oh, you will?
That's
Yes,
true.
we'll be on
That's
there. Yes.
that's good.
Value-added benefit.
But seriously, what she'll do is she will help you make all the arrangements, and it won't cost you any money towards her.
Yeah, no commission.
No commission.
Right.
Wow.
It's all free. It won't cost. How much will it cost you? Not $42 from her.
No.
Not $200.
No.
Right.
Not
or
$62.
$2,000.
Or not
You don't have to
$62.
hock a bowling ball for
Yeah.
$22.
Or $300,000.
You know,
$12.33. $12 and
14 cents.
I think it's 88 cents.
Ralph. I mean, Ralph owes Norton.
And one big ball amounts to what?
Bowling ball bag.
So
what is it? Indian head. What is it? Indian head.
Three Indian head nickel. Three was it?
Yeah,
3 penny. What, 3 Indian
Three-
head pennies?
Three
Buffalo
Indian
nickel?
pennies.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, sometimes 3
And a
Indian
2-cent
head pennies
stamp.
and 2 cent stamp. There you go.
Money you had hidden
Ball
around
amounts
here.
what? $12.83.
I'm thinking about taking a
How
trip.
bad is he
a
with
tube
her there,
down
right
the
there?
Delaware
Any
River?
money you got
Can
hidden
we,
around
Wait, what does she want to do?
Where does she get her money from?
I want to tube down the Delaware River. Do you think she can hook me up
Sure
with a
can.
trip like that? I
Sure
think she can
can,
do it,
yeah.
Beverly.
Yeah, but it'll be a problem because sometimes she takes the tubes out and then she uses them for a Halloween costume for the costume ball.
Said, "Use my imagination. My imagination says I need tubes."
My imagination.
Imagination.
Love That's one that I use all the time.
Oh, really?
My imagination. Oh my God, that is like a staple. That's more than Michael Bruce says the Park Avenue furniture line. He said that every 2 seconds. He said it about the interior of his car the other day to me. No, he didn't.
I probably did. That was used in the Ron and Mike Go to Florida Honeymooners podcast. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which was great. That was great.
That's playing
That
at
was-
Sundance next month.
Yeah.
And
Sundance films.
All right,
Jay
cool.
Whiteside.
What is wrong with my phone here? We have to get into, first of all, last episode's full-grown nut, right?
Right.
David Arthur Ball. Right? And nobody here says hello to it. We all maybe say, I'm going to win.
I'm gonna win that
I'm going to win that ball.
Exactly.
I'm winning that ball.
So this came from David Arthur Ball. I received the Nut of the Week honor. I received the Nut of the Week honor as a mixed blessing. While my fellow nuts have been ebullient. What is that word? Ebullient?
It's A-N-T.
No.
Put down that.
Put down that.
I'm sorry. While my fellow nuts have been nat, others have been dismissive. Oh, that's nothing anyway. But you and I know it's just about the greatest thing that ever happens. That's all. I quickly silence them when I tell them that along with being Nut of the Week, there comes a number of fine distinctive honors. Why are you going, huh? I tell them that at the annual Nut of the Week picnic, I get to shell the first peanut. And when we drive to the honeymooner capital at Niagara Falls, I get to steer as we pass Peach Pit Point, and the Coupe de Grace. Or what is it? Coup de grace. Coup de grace. Coup de grace. I'm such a mook. I really am.
You're so ebullient.
This guy's a doctor. So I can't even
Needing a new nurse.
What am I reading here?
And the Coupe de Grace is free burial in the Nut of the Week National Cemetery on Walnut Street in Clifton, New Jersey. Yes.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Thank you, David Arthur Ball, and I apologize
Yeah.
for just destroying.
Yeah, really.
A lot of big words.
Yeah, too many big words. You got to keep it down,
for
David.
me.
You
I
must
mean,
have
really.
keep it on the 4th grade level.
32 Oyster Bay. He must have
10
went to
were
school
8
there.
years old.
PS 31.
31.
I would have went to.
Well, he majored in arithmetic.
Yeah, I would have went to Harvard, or no, I would have went to Oxford, but I couldn't find it because I got too much fog.
I love that like Bay City Rollers jacket he has on there.
Yes.
He's tartan.
Yeah.
So good.
All right. Well, without further ado, we have to get to our new full-grown nut of the week.
Tony, we ain't going.
There we go.
And now.
Verily, the Honeymooners podcast knights the full-grown nut of the week. Aren't you lucky?
It gives me real pleasure to present to you this award.
Vincent DeScala.
Yes, this is Vincent DeScala. The
Without
son.
the A.
Without the
The
A
in the middle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a junior, but this is Vincent A. DeScala's son.
Right.
Yeah. So is this our first father and son?
No,
Oh,
JP.
we got JP and Hal.
JP and Hal.
We got
Totally.
JP and Hal.
JP and Hal.
Absolutely. So this is our second father and son
Excellent.
team. And congratulations,
Yes.
Vincent. Okay. And I know, one of those people out there that
from watching quiz shows.
I'm watching.
Exactly.
Wow, that was
That's good.
Oh, let me just drink that in.
So good.
Never get a chance to use that one.
I don't know if they caught it though. I clapped my hands and
I
whistled,
heard
and then
it.
you said
Then
it.
I did.
And you asked, like, how did we get this? How did we come to this choice? And it was tough because
always tough.
Vincent A. DeScala was like,
Is this the man who gets the award?
I mean, that's his father, for
Yeah,
Pete's
really.
sake. But we went and we talked to the board of nuts.
They were, Joe. They were saying this could be a little nepotism here.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah. So we had to convince them.
We
No, it
had to
wasn't.
convince them.
It's not.
And
Well,
you know how we convinced them? We just told them.
Just told them.
Must be one of those nuts.
That's all.
Exactly.
And then that was
That's
it.
all it
That
was.
it right there.
And
We need more kids for the stickball team.
Listen, if it wasn't his father getting the award, it couldn't happen to a sweeter kid.
Yes, exactly. So congratulations, Vince. Vincent will be getting. You'll be getting your certificate in the mail. It will be there with a record, and we know we have to mail it to 33 Kosciuszko Street, care of Gibson. Yeah. So.
Alice Gibson.
Yes. So congratulations. Okay, and one of the other things that we wanted to get to before we get into the other wacky stuff that we have going on here is 3 weeks ago, whenever it was, our last episode, we posed the question. Honestly, I forgot who it was that posed the question, but it was, what was the name of the play? The play from On Stage.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant question.
I forgot who thought of the question. So we asked you guys, because we need you guys for this show, and when I mean you guys used to here, and also all of you guys out there. So we got a couple of names of the play, and Ted Lesnowski,
Not Tony Wienko. Ted Lesnowski.
And I mean, this one is so like out there, and it's just so funny. The name of the play is "He Never Ran Into a Bus Driver," which is so weird. It's just a line from the show. This one, Lou DeAngelis. Louis loved it.
My
and
favorite.
It's brilliant. Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Brilliant.
Yes.
My favorite. That was my favorite.
It really, really was. Vincent A. DeScala.
Okay.
And brother, are you going to get yours?
That's good.
Mark Strouch. Mark, this isn't as subtle. It's definitely thorough. The title of the play was the theatrical version of Rhythm on Ice. Ralph playing the roles, originated by Kenny Baker. Alice playing Jane Frazee. Norton playing the role by Buddy Epson. Mr. President playing Jerry Colonna. And Joe Mumsey playing the...
Gotta be Frankie Darrow.
The role of the originated by Frankie Darrow. Nish the Dish.
Nish the Dish, yeah.
It's episode 113. You've come back.
Oh, there you go. I like
Pretty
that.
good.
That's actually really
I like
good.
that.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yep. Absolutely. Whose is this? Go ahead, say it. Say the name.
Tony Wienko.
There you go.
Tell him what he's won.
I'm sorry. He's not even. He didn't even do that.
He
just
did a plight of the yellow-bellied sapsucker.
No, he actually didn't. He just complained because it was so long that we hadn't done a show. He said, "It's about time. I haven't."
Tony Wienko.
He goes, "It's about time. I haven't listened to the podcast in so long. I'm starting to see mirages."
That's good.
That's good.
Wizard, the Wizard, Romney, Pay As You Exit.
Oh,
great.
Yeah, go.
See, that's one of those where you're like, you don't get a laugh. You just go, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. JP.
What was the one you were saying the other day? Herbert J. Whiteside, Hire Me. That was the name of the play.
It's called JP put hot prosciutto, quote, or how to succeed in stand up. I don't even know what that means, but
a little obscure there.
That's like we're geared to you.
Yeah, that's geared towards me. Yeah. Nish came up with another one. The name of the play,
You only allowed one, Nish.
Rich Man, Poor Man, Rachel's Dilemma.
Oh,
Very
good.
good.
Yeah, it's
Very
I
good.
remember
that.
watching that series when I was young.
Rachel.
Let me see. Okay, we got Ira.
Yes, it should be
Let me
good.
see. Hold on.
You're killing him.
How about just Dusty out in that hole?
That would have been good.
Good play.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's not.
Because she doesn't want to live poorly.
That's right.
It's Dusty out in that hole.
Exactly.
Oh,
My
that's
favorite
right.
line.
This was
song
this.
called Dusty out in that hole.
I like the idea.
That would be a great.
I'm on
that
it.
would be a great
Do
song.
that.
Can I just say this isn't Ira putting a play thing? This was before the Facebook group thing came out, and we'll talk about that. He put G. Someone created a group on Facebook where you can actually start your own posts. The Honeymooners, and attach images, which this group doesn't allow. He was still on us for that.
Always positive.
Fins, Ira Fins.
Man, this one's good. Ricky Bittman, the play is called RX, A Prescription for Love.
Wow. There you go. Play on words.
Isn't that great?
That's
Nice.
very Honeymooners writers.
Yes.
Like that's something they would have. That's good.
That's really good.
It's also the promo code. Jerry Schwartz.
Which doesn't exist.
So, but it is free.
Not bad.
JP Lesser again. My Denaturizer, a comedy musical. Music by Ed Norton, script by Stephen Foster, performance conducted by Jose. All proceeds from performance will benefit 12-year-old kids unable to spell anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Wow.
I can't believe I just said that right.
You said that right.
But everything else today I cannot pronounce.
That was the coup de grace.
That was the coup de grace.
And it was also ambulizing.
I still don't know what that word is, by the way.
We don't have to know what that means. We're the Honeymooners podcast.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism is not spelled with a G.
That's right.
Stephen Frankie or Frenchie. I'm not sure. It's
Frankie.
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 Okay. The play is called, I love this, The Road to Mongolia.
Like a Bob Hope, like a Bob Hope and Bing Crosby movie.
There's an entire
It's like a
movie
feature
series.
film right
There's
there.
a road,
Yeah.
5 or 6 really
The
good
Road
titles.
series.
Storyline. While migrating a string of Peloponnese from Tibet to Mongolia, a love triangle develops. A woman must choose between a self-made rich man who can get anything in the world that he wants, a quote devil-may-care fellow without a cent, or a worry in the world. Tagline: be kind to the people you meet on the way up, because they're the same people you're going to meet on the way
right
down.
on the movie poster.
T-shirts. There's T-shirts with that.
And you know what? Somebody came up with a really good one, and it's called the Whiteside Productions proudly presents Gone with the Big Wind. And that's Louis Fax.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Good one.
Is fantastic.
Did you have one? I don't remember.
I just said the one about the
I said murder hits a home run.
I still like Hamilton.
And they were great. They were just awesome. I think.
Yeah, no,
there was like
there.
5 or 6 that
creative.
were
Fun.
phenomenal.
Fun.
All fun.
All awesome. All awesome. Okay. Well, listen, we got a lot of things we want to do, but I'm going to leave.
We won't get to half of them.
and we're not going to get to half of them. But
10
We
episodes.
start talking.
now we're gonna just decide this right on the air. Right on the air.
Yeah.
We can do Mike's game. We can do Ron's thoughts about which character.
I think we should hold that to the end.
Hold that to the end.
I want
I wanna
to.
hear
Good
Michael
idea.
I
Bruce's
want to go out with that.
Okay.
You told me about this like a while ago. So.
Okay.
that?
I say
Well, you came up
your
with
game.
the idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us, and then also we want you guys to do this too. So if you want to play along, get yourself a piece of paper and a pen.
Just
and
go to
make
the top
you-
pen,
napkin.
left hand drawer. It's
Go
in
to
there.
the top pen, dress pen, drawer.
Yeah, it's right
get
there.
yourself a piece of paper and a pen, and get ready to jot things down.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of your school supplies will be found in the top left.
We're going to do this.
Yes,
And we're going to
let's
do this here with our papers, and we want you guys to. And then at the end, and next
figure
week
that
when we
one
put this out, I'm going to ask you guys, if you want, take a picture of your paper with your answers. And
Yeah,
and we'll
post
go-
your answers. Yeah,
I'll give
take
you
a
the
picture of your
post,
paper,
and they're
yeah.
going to comment and post them. That's
Yeah.
what I want to do.
No Googling, no pausing the show to look up the answer.
no pausing, no nothing like that.
You can't do that stuff.
And this is DEF CON 3, questions.
Exactly. This isn't for
blueberry pie.
Ron, there's a box here from.
What is going on there?
There's a box here from Calandra's Bakery, and Louis said it's blueberry pie.
Cannoli in here.
Schviadel
Cookie,
my
yes.
Yeah, my favorite.
Dude,
Hands
right?
off, that's mine.
Schviadel cookie.
My favorite.
It's amazing.
And we got a salad in here for you, Joe.
Everything here is good for you. Beets for your blood, lettuce for your
Can I
teeth.
just have a teensy weensy piece of the?
Lobster tail. I was eyeing the lobster.
You're lying lobster tail.
That's called a lobster tail?
Yeah, it's a lobster
That's
tail.
a
A little
lobster
different
tail
from a
fill it
Schviadel.
with the custard, see?
Oh, I
there.
never heard of that
I
before.
got it at Fry Tags.
Why?
Get a fried tag.
Yeah, why couldn't you? She been in trouble when the custard got in
Yeah.
trouble. There.
Pal.
It was
Funny
weird.
here, enjoy, pal.
Enjoy, pal.
It was weird because Ron got here early, right? He came here late with the box because he came here early, and then he climbed out of the window, down the window with the sheet, and went to Freitags, and then came back with the box.
All right, I have to say, in Michael Bruce's Manic video, this one, like a Fellini movie he made of us. And I just say anything is like a Fellini movie. I don't even know what Fellini movies were like, but
sounds good.
That was the movie with where you guys did your down in Florida.
Yes, sir.
That we posted and everybody loved it. Where you guys, it was 11 minutes of hilarity.
when Michael Bruce says he'll put a roadblock there too,
yeah.
That's played in my head so many times. That and Tony Wienka. But, my God,
That was great. The
so
Mr.
good,
Johnson
so
was
good.
Great.
So
you want a little one?
No, I'm good. I don't eat sugar. I haven't had a speck of sugar since
on,
August
pal.
1st. It's a teensy weensy. Actually, as of now, I still don't desire that food.
I got a Neapolitan knockwurst.
Yes.
in here.
Do you have
Joe, we need you to win here. Come on.
I got the little cannoli. The little cannoli.
No, I'm good.
Eclair. Little eclair.
Ooh, a little eclair. No, I'm good. I don't even know. I have my my
saw
Quest
that
protein.
Quest bar.
I have a Quest protein cookie.
They're a little high in sugar,
God,
though.
no, they're not.
Yeah,
it's got one or 2 grams.
Okay, you must have the other.
Per
All right,
bite.
I got
Yeah, those are that Lenny one is the one that's got like
Lenny
12 grams,
Larry's are
which are
high secretly.
12. They have 12
Yes,
grams of sugar. It's
yes.
like a regular cookie.
I have a bowl of the Tut Tut
Yes, he has.
Betty Bye oatmeal that I picked up
Couldn't
at
find the
Bumpers
oatmeal, but he didn't
Diner.
have that.
a Betty Bite Tut oatmeal.
Done to a
And you know
turn.
something? Wait a minute. Let's talk about that Tut Tut. I'm posting on that newfangled group we made over there. And I thought a lot of that is ad-libbed. I think there's just posts. You know, where's the coffee? Where's this? Where's that? And Tut Tut and everything is ad-libbed. It's Gleason filling holes and doing his thing. Just
I
like
agree.
he's singing. So somebody got on and skewered me saying, what do you mean that's ad-libbed? How could that be? He almost said it like Mr. Marshall.
Really?
What do you mean?
What do you
that's
mean?
ad-libbed? Well,
Albanese.
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 What are you doing here?
You're right.
You're right.
You're right.
Right.
It's not ad-libbed.
Done to a turn. Roll that around your mouth. That's got to be ad lib.
Super ad-libbing.
Yeah.
The
Gotta be.
guy
So.
was
Gotta be.
on a variety show where he had 4 characters, okay, in any given episode.
Right.
Reggie Van Gleason.
Gleason,
and all
yep.
that.
The poor
Love
soul.
Reggie Van Gleason.
It was great.
The arrogance of the
Yes.
Reggie Van Gleason character is
Yes.
so good.
Oh, it's one of his. I think one of the better ones of all his characters.
Yes, and he's like an alcoholic, Reggie Van Gleason.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
yeah, it's like
he
there is-
likes.
So it's called method acting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, right.
Oh, we have to also bring up the fact that since the last episode, we have created the Honeymooners podcast group.
Yes.
Mostly because of Ira.
Ira.
All right?
Yeah, yeah.
As much as Ira has been railing on me, but because of him,
boss,
I
too.
created it. So everybody that is enjoying that,
Yep.
you can thank Ira. Okay? Ira is the reason why we have the group. And I have to tell you, it is just so much fun.
Joe, full grown out of the week, #1.
Yeah.
Ira.
Yeah.
Deserving.
Yeah, really is.
Very deserving.
You know what he's like? He's like a spouse that half of the time you want to murder him, and then the other half you just absolutely come here, give me a hug, bring it in,
You know what's great
bring
about
it
Ira?
in.
He's always there.
Yeah.
He's always yapping.
He always yapping.
You know what he's like? He's like a cop in a very small town. When you need him, you can't find him. But
Yep.
when you're not expecting him, oh, there you are, as I just blew through a stop sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what are you doing here? But
Well, you had your reading glasses. That's why you went through the stop sign.
Reading glasses on at the time.
But the Honeymooners podcast group is so much fun.
I love it.
Yeah, it's building.
I love it.
It's building, and you guys are killing it. Keep it going.
I said to Joe and Lou earlier when we were talking before we started that sometimes people will post stuff that makes me think of things that I never thought of before. Like when somebody put up the thing about the joke of wouldn't send a night out on a dog like this,
right?
Whatever. And Ralph, Ron's taking pictures, but Ralph, made the comment that
I don't mind a few pitches.
Yeah,
You put on a bikini. I'll put you on the
Okay, I wouldn't interrupt you. Okay.
No, it's all right.
But that's all the show is. All interrupting.
of course.
Welcome to the Derailing Podcast. The ADD Podcast.
yes,
Joe.
it really is. It really is.
Felix Unger, the board most likely to interrupt. Oh
my God.
Right?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Happy and peppy
And bursting with love.
Come on. Rolling like thunder from heaven
above.
Oh my God.
We put that in, Joe. Joe, what were you saying?
JP Morgan. Ralph was talking about
You're so out of it with ADD. You think that you interrupted me.
I know.
You interrupted Mike.
Dude, and I have
That's
ADD.
how gone you are. You forgot who you interrupted.
Frank Kablowski's got stuff all over.
That's just the sunscreen.
It's a real screenplay.
So you said somebody was doing the joke.
Screen gems.
Somebody was talking about the joke that he was telling.
Yeah. They put up
One episode
where
on-
I wouldn't go on a night on a dog like this,
Right.
and it had Ralph's quotes up there with Ralph, saying, if there's one thing I've learned from hanging out with politicians and real important people, and that's when I thought, Ralph, tell us who the hell you've been hanging out with. What politicians and important people
were you hanging out
have
with?
Ralph been hanging out with? I was like,
What about that squeaking window? Wait a minute. Why? When he goes, he says, "Well, may I escort you?" Norton says it to Trixie.
Right.
All he had to do was go upstairs and unlock the door for her. She didn't have to climb up the fire escape.
Oh, that's true.
Never realized that until the other day.
That's right.
Trixie could have said, "I'll wait."
I'll wait. You go unlock the door and I'll walk
Right,
up. Oh, yeah,
right.
that's right.
Beautiful.
Could have ended the scene just like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is
There you
true.
go.
Yeah, I like that.
Small details.
Another observation
Small
I just
details.
what we were talking about earlier with the where
Dip,
Ralph
dip.
was going. I know it's like dip.
Sorry, sir. You couldn't think of the sentence.
That guy was looking for his next acting gig.
Where Ralph had 6 months to
Gleason is
live.
correcting you on a major a network show. Gleason is stepping in to correct you.
Yeah.
Which is frightening. I
Yeah.
think we talked about that before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
it's
did.
frightening.
We
Like,
mentioned
of
it,
all the
and-
people that
and
bailed him out.
What we said is when he flubbed that, and when Gleason corrected him, that wasn't the president saying, "Sorry, sir, I couldn't think of the word." That was Cliff Hall talking to Jackie Gleason.
Yes.
That's him
God,
saying,
yes.
"Sorry, sir, I couldn't think of the
They
word."
might as well have been in a dressing room saying that.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was totally
And-
candid.
Yeah.
I wish that they could know how great. Like, I wish Cliff Hall, the ghost of Cliff Hall, was listening to this to go,
Right.
Cliff Hall, we love the fact that you did that.
Thank you for flubbing that.
Thank you.
Thank you for
It's
flubbing that
yes.
line.
Thank you.
Gold.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
Gold. It's
Gold.
like
Comp
you-
dip.
we
No, it's a comp.
Up,
sorry.
comp,
A
dip,
comp,
dip.
dip. And it's in perfect time.
yeah.
We could make
It's like
a
a
loop with that,
metronome.
so when we cut drums.
Dude, I'll do a drum track to it,
Dip,
and we'll
dip. We gotta
we'll
do
make
it
a
for the
song out of
Honeymooners
it.
song.
There you
Yeah,
go.
What's
and
it
we'll
called?
take that other line that you had earlier. You wanted to do the rap song. We'll record it in the studio.
Oh yeah, hem and hay.
Hem and A.
Hem and hay.
Hem and A. Yeah. What's Hem and A?
495.
Garbage cans go clang.
Hem and hay.
Hem and a hang.
Hem and hay.
Hem and A.
But then to go get back Cliff Hall, you're getting actually. This is Gleason correcting you, the guy who didn't even know his own lines.
The way he says it, too, he says it a little biting.
Yes, he does.
Applicant. Like he's trying to keep the scene moving.
Yep.
Right. Almost like he knew, but he's hoping that he gets it, and then he finally goes, applicant.
I'll just say it.
And the thing about it too is Cliff Hall says applicant like the line before that. Like, how did you just forget the same word one line
you
later?
just said.
You just said it.
Exactly.
I think it's when they move. Because don't they move physically in the scene?
I don't think
Because
I don't
it's
think
the
the
desk.
president moved.
No,
Really
because there's
large
Ralph
desk.
Ralph is standing
Ralph's
with his
standing.
hand on the corner of the desk.
Yes.
When he says it.
Yeah.
So he's sitting when he flubs? I forget. I haven't
Yes.
seen the scene in a while.
Yeah, behind the desk.
No, wait.
No,
he gets
no,
up.
because
he does get up to say we need, like when he's telling them,
it's all your fault.
it's all your fault.
Yeah.
That movement, I think, just throws the line out of his head.
Could be.
Probably.
Could be.
Because he did. He
He's
stood
focused
up.
on hitting his mark physically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He stood up and he got forceful with them. Like, and you
Yeah.
guys could have done this.
Yeah.
You know, you could have.
It's
You
all
know, it's all
fault.
your fault.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
all
all
your
your
fault.
fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was a big flub.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great one.
He
though.
really blanked the bed.
Yeah, he did. But think about it.
And it's funny you say blank because he blanked out.
Yeah,
That's
he
really
blanked
what
in.
happened. He blanked out.
Talking about the flub, like my favorite flub of all time is
what is it?
Douglas.
Of course.
Douglas. In an episode I can't really stand, the golfer.
Yes.
Don't like the golfer.
Yeah, you do
but
not like the golfer.
Don't like the
This is
golfer.
true.
But Douglas's flub is in there, and to me, it makes the whole
It's the whole episode, yeah.
The
Yeah.
whole episode.
Listen, I think the reason why we may not like the golfer as much is the same reason why I don't like Crazy Train by Ozzy anymore. Because
Right.
it's like when I was 11 years old and I
don't
heard
know
it,
it's better
I
than
loved
Crazy
Of
Train
course
anyway.
it is.
I
Of
don't
course.
know is like the best
Oh,
album
it's
opener.
it's phenomenal. The intro, but the point is that it's because when people think of the Honeymooners, they think of the golfer
The
and they think
hello
of the
ball
hello ball,
people.
and you're
Hello
just
ball,
it's
Hucklebuck.
same thing where you're just like with Ozzy, you would say, Forget about Crazy Train. There's so much other things. Forget about Hello Ball.
Crazy
There's so
Babies.
much great.
They can't because Hello Ball is Bang Zoom. It's just a continuation of Bang Zoom.
It's basically part 2 of Bang Zoom.
Bang Zoom.
It's
It's
Bang
like,
Zoom to the moon, Alice, which I never say.
I love the
And
Honeymooners. Hello Ball.
Let me
Oh,
just-
God.
Add something in, which stands for ADD. Okay, I wanted to ask Louie, actually. I was thinking of this. Now, Bang Zoom is obviously huge.
Yes,
one of
it
the
is. It is.
trademark
It is.
lines.
To me, it's got to be the number one known thing from that
it's
show.
But there
Identity-
is
it's
a
the identity.
sister line, as we know. When I say it, you'll say, "Oh yeah," but I'm curious about how many times vis-a-vis Bang Zoom, "Pal writing a kisser" was said, because it doesn't seem to be as prominent, and yet it's also pretty You know,
It is.
It's huge because I think of the lost episodes.
Yeah,
because
it
he
actually
listen. He
lives
says it
there.
in Brother Ralph,
Right.
And I think he might say it one more time, but it's one for
only
sure,
a couple.
maybe two.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'm going to say maybe 2.
And that's an
all
interesting thing because it is well known. Go ahead.
Oh God, no! I was
Hugely
saying, it's
well.
only
And I think,
twice.
did Piscopo put it in the Honeymooners rap? It might be in there. Or Piscopo, which
yeah.
is the proper Italian pronunciation. I used to fight with my grandfather about
Bring
that.
that mic a little closer to you.
Hi, Mike. Come here.
Not that mic.
I can't.
The other one.
Just a big farce. It really is.
Yes. I'm making sure to your mic because it just went off.
Operator.
Go ahead.
Tony, we ain't
Go.
going.
No, it's not coming over.
Just tap it. Just pick the mic up a little bit and drop it. There you go.
Dynaflow.
There you go. It's the
It's
Dynaflow.
Dynaflow.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Sponsored by Buick.
I don't know.
Here's another one.
He didn't do too well with the Italian pastry trick either.
Here
And
is
Calandras of Fairfield.
Here is another
York
one
originally.
that I think is
Yes, sir.
up there in the top 5 where they don't use it a lot. Sheesh, what a grouch.
Grouch.
I think he says it 3 times.
Yes.
Two tops. I mean, minimum 2, tops 3.
And no more than
No, that's it.
No more. No.
But in the Lost, the hundreds of times.
Yes, and that's
Hundred.
why.
Good point.
Yep.
Good
And
point.
I think the same with Pal writing the kisser. Lost episodes, tons of times, and it just carried over to where I bet you if you asked DEFCON 1s and 2s, they think he said Pal writing the kisser every episode.
That's
episode.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's not too prominent in the script. But
No,
people
it's
know
huge.
it.
No.
But it's
I'm
huge.
Can you hear me well, by the way?
Yes, you're good.
Okay. Here's the other thing, too. You mentioned the lost episodes. I would really be interested. We're all like PIX'd. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Picks.
Yep.
Picks.
Yeah.
He knows that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So join
Way
in.
to
Don't
keep
leave
the
me
joke-
hanging.
Yeah,
He was
Way to
so
keep the
into my
jokes for
sound
everybody,
effects.
Ron.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah,
Ron.
yeah.
Thanks for
No,
making
but,
it. Thanks for not.
Let me and Joe in on the next one.
I just won free tickets for Wonderama.
Oh, yeah, Bob McAllister.
Bob McAllister, yes.
Actually, Sonny Fox was
And-
before Bob McAllister.
Yes, he was.
Yes,
And the
yes, he
Basic
was. See?
Rollers were on Wonderama in 76.
Were they?
Takes us back to Norton's
Oh, my
jacket
God.
when he poses as the doctor. I'm going through a huge, like
it's a-
once
yeah.
a year, Bay City Rollers. I forget it.
All right, go ahead.
Edit that
Christmas
out.
song, still
All right,
not
so
done.
anyway, it's Saturday morning. It's not Saturday night. So we were saying,
I don't know. I forgot
what were we saying?
Oh, it was
I forgot.
Pal writing the kisser.
Yeah, right, Nick.
Oh, Pal
Yeah.
writing a kisser. See, I want to know how big the lost episodes actually were because we came aboard in PIX time.
Yes.
So
And they
things
stopped,
like that.
and didn't they? You only saw them once, like until they came out in
That's
'85.
another great question. Did they?
Because there was no.
I had
it had to
I
be-
had no idea that they were even out there.
Right.
None
What
whatsoever.
about when he did the press conference? Did you guys see that?
No,
at
I
the
didn't see
time
that,
for
no.
Showtime because he licensed them to Showtime first.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Ira.
Yeah.
But they went. He said they were in my vaults in my estate.
Yeah, that-
Gleason.
yeah.
He's in full like Gleason like toy mode when he was. In
Oh,
the
okay,
toy
okay,
mode.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
in that look and vibe, and that's when we all saw them, and it was a big deal. And Showtime licensed them, and then they went out in regular syndication. I
Okay,
believe.
okay.
So that's you had to have Showtime at the time to see
Mm-hmm.
this stuff. But I think they also aired as part of his variety show. I always
Yeah,
thought
that's
the
what they came.
segments-
That's what they were. That's what
They
it
were
was.
one of
it
the
came out of
sketches.
that. It came at it, but I
Yeah.
thought I don't know if they aired as standalones. Is what I'm saying.
Oh no, I don't think so.
I think that's why
I don't
the
think so.
Classic 39
Yeah.
were actually born.
Right.
It was like, wow, we could spin this off and do this.
Mm-hmm.
But the lost episodes are really a fascinating. I've been watching more of them lately.
But some
too.
of the lost are like 10 minutes.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
earlier
That's-
ones, I
and there's-
think, because they were part
they're
of the show.
excised From,
Yeah.
from the Gleason show.
From the Gleason show.
If you can
Very
get by
short.
you can get by the graininess, it's tough. And then there's one episode bothers the hell out of me when he actually punches Norton.
Yeah, he does get physical in one. That's
He
correct.
punches Ed
Yes, he
Norton.
does.
Where?
In one of the lost episodes.
No, like where does
No,
he
like
hit
his
him?
face, because he goes like, I don't know if he goes Norton actually goes down.
Norton.
He goes
yeah,
down.
It's like
They actually punched him. I'm like,
I haven't
whoa,
seen it in years,
wait a
but I
minute,
remember
whoa,
that.
Really?
yeah, it's like
They
it's
must have
like
talked
really,
about
it's
that.
like eerie to watch.
You know,
But
the
think
shoves
about
and the
that.
push is a little more.
He's so
I thought he was
angry
a
in
little
those lost
rougher on
episodes.
Norton at times too.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. I definitely remember that. There's a lot of there's a lot there. You know, it's not the classic 39.
No, it's not.
But
It's
there's a lot
not.
of the embryonic ideas
Yeah.
and the trademarks
Yes.
there. So they're worth watching for that. And of course, we have to mention this, how Gleason has like 3 different looks in the lost episode.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He's like the size of Michael Bruce.
yeah,
Right.
And then he's
yeah.
You know
You
what I
can
mean?
see it.
And
Me,
then
me,
he's-
six, me 6 months ago.
Like, how could you be so?
so
How could you be so?
with his hat.
How,
Oh my God, we should do this every day.
for a screen that's so grainy,
tomorrow night?
how is he so?
Have a pastry.
He's so.
I
Here, have a
think.
marshmallow.
I think.
Thank you.
Physical
And he
comedy.
takes it.
Yes.
Why does he
Because
take
the
it?
pacing, sorry, Joe Conti.
Yeah, it don't matter.
The
It's just
pacing is so
interrupt.
good that marshmallow fits seamlessly
Yes.
into that part.
Yeah.
Yes,
Nails
it
it.
does.
And we're all waiting for it.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know it's coming. Yes.
Yeah. Actually, before I lose my train of thought here, because I'm old.
No, you're just nuts.
Train of thought.
You're-
That's
you're-
an episode where they're on a train.
There you go.
Okay, yeah.
Trixie.
Like a Gavone. Gavone.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
Gavone. Trixie is actually better in the lost episodes.
Better character.
Because they
character-
softened her character up for the 39.
They did.
They
And I'll
Betty
bet you-
rubbled her before Betty rubbled.
Yes. There you go.
They didn't need her.
Yes.
Right.
They figured out the big 3.
Yeah.
And you're
but,
right.
But
You
they
were
needed
smart.
that.
But they needed that.
For him to
needed
have a wife.
To have a wife and somebody for Alice.
Yes.
It's like I've always said.
She
Every
had to
talk
be
I
there.
say. No, it's like I always say, you can't have the 2 Stooges. You got to have the 3. Even though Larry's Larry, and I love Larry, you got to have Larry there. Dusty in that hole.
Yeah.
You got to have Larry there.
You're right.
You have to.
Here's the
have
thing. You didn't want Alice talking to herself.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you just throw in Trixie.
You throw Trixie
She had
in.
to have somebody to turn to.
Yeah.
Does Trixie?
She had to.
Yeah.
Does
That
Trixie
nut of a husband.
Come on, buddy.
crying her eyes out? Went to Bayonne by mistake.
It really is true because in the earlier episodes, she was rougher, smart ass, sarcastic,
A whore.
yeah, exactly. They
Just
really
like Trixie
made.
we're talking about.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Sailor
They,
suit.
they really made, and then I think probably because it was CBS and it wasn't the what was the other network that they were on?
Dumont.
The Dumont
Network.
So they probably were like
Right down
we're
here in
gonna-
Williams.
Exactly. We're gonna have to soften it up now. This is that.
Yeah.
And they just made her just less of the character.
Yeah.
You know, too. I see. This is stuff we have to find people that are hopefully still alive and with us, and talk about the germination. They had to sit down before the Classic 39 and say, "What are we going to do?"
Right.
There's a show here, but how are we going to take it to this? And I think that was one of the things. The Trixie character was just excised.
Yeah.
Like we don't really need it so much, but Alice needs someone every now and
Yeah.
then.
She needs to be a sounding board. She needs to be part of the background, but not just the background.
Yes.
Yeah.
She
Yes.
needs somebody where Norton has that person. And then, like I said, I mean, think about it. Louis brought this up. How often do you see Ralph and Trixie interact?
Oh, never.
They
Never.
interact.
I was just going to say that.
But go ahead.
In the older in the Lost,
In the Lost,
they
yes.
interact a lot, and he gets on her, and she zings him
They
right
have
back,
a thing. They have a whole dynamic
Yeah.
in the Lost episode.
and they lost it in the 39. They just
what
lost
just
it.
happened in here?
Yeah, they really.
I can't work under these conditions. The light just
A
went.
lot of light.
The
I
sun.
will not go on tonight.
I'm not going.
I got to go down to the office with Tony now.
How can they do this to me?
I love that.
Really?
He is out of his head. So we've talked about
favorite
this.
line.
me.
Oh my God!
How could they do
Okay,
this?
here's
They
one
do
for the
this to
listeners.
me.
What is the single most? Which episode is Ralph most out of his head with his ego?
Ooh.
It could be that, or I'll give you another one too.
be
That I was
on
just watching.
stage.
It's small and it's a shorter segment, but the squeeze play, he's absolutely manic with an ego.
Because he's so confident he's going to do it.
$99,000 question
Right?
at the end.
Right.
Oh,
That's a not yes.
completely
yes.
out of control.
Yes.
Yes.
But at least with that, I disagree, only because he put the work in.
Yes. I
Well,
was
okay.
Gonna say,
But-
put it
funny.
on-
Fair enough.
the
Yep.
whole-
Fair enough.
There you go, Joe. Good point.
Right.
Funny
I have a
money.
torch. Fair enough.
Different.
Funny money.
Excellent per-
He got so confident that
Oh.
he was
His
going
ship
to
came
be
in.
a rich man.
His ship came in.
with 50 grand, he was going to have money for the rest of his life.
It was in Bayonne Bay.
It was $50,000.
$50,000.
Which, of course, is $500,000.
Politicians and important people.
Important people. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
Now you really rub elbows with them.
They did ethelize Trixie in a couple of
yeah,
episodes.
there you go. That's
in
actually
a couple of episodes where she actually helps push the plot a little bit, or actually is involved, not just window dressing.
Well, the safety
representing
award.
The audience. What was that?
The safety
The
award.
safety
She's
award.
totally. That's a big
actually,
part.
On the porch, on the front stoop.
Burt Wiedemeyer, big part.
Burt
Yes.
Wiedemeyer's
We
the
really
with
have to
twinkles.
go. You're like,
Yeah, I can't say Burt. I'm not used to it. I just say twinkles.
Twinkles.
And this man.
Speaking of,
is this the man who's hosting the podcast?
He's dying over here. Yeah, I know. We have to pick him up.
Twinkles.
Boys, we have to pick him up here.
Trixie actually goes and they conjure up that thing to get
Right.
out of there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a little more Ethel-esque, I
Right.
would say.
Yeah.
Well, the whole show focuses mostly on the three, but don't forget, it seems to me that Trixie
Mullins.
is in a lot. Trixie is in a lot of intros to the shows.
Yes, she comes out.
You know what I mean? She's with Alice in the beginning.
Episode
She's-
1.
you know.
She's
You're
the
right,
first
sweetie
person
pie.
to
First
say something.
The first
to say
spoken
something.
word.
Joyce
Is
Randolph.
Trixie.
Yeah.
Trixie.
She gets what an applause in one of those episodes I was watching.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
It's like, oh my goodness, it's Joyce Randall.
No, like-
Wow.
Who just
You would
celebrated
thought it
her
was Jane-
99th
You would have thought it was
birthday.
Jane Russell.
Yeah, yeah, Joyce.
Salute to Joyce.
God,
You know
I
what?
should get her out.
Cendani, salute.
She and Don, we raised.
Buon Natale.
Let's go to the city.
Let's
Let's go to the city and interview her.
We raised a cannoli.
I know.
Yes,
Let me tell you
yeah.
something.
Buon compleanno
If
a
the
te.
four of us met up with her
Novanti anni.
and sat with her at a diner, she would probably pass out.
Yeah.
She would be like, you guys are overwhelming. She would be like, you guys are nuts.
But Trixie leads me all the way back to before the ADD. Trixie and Alice leaving the apartment, and Alice says on the way out to Ralph, make sure that you look after the hot water so it doesn't boil over. In the episode where he's got 6 months to live, Ralph never looks at that water once. Never, not once. Does he pay attention to that water?
Doesn't she task
the
Alice
set
with
burned
something?
down.
Trixie like tasks Alice with something, right? You got to watch over something or something. I forget what episode. Or she borrows things.
Yes,
Right?
Yeah.
Oranges.
Oranges. Yeah.
Can I get a couple of onions?
Alice, we
So we're doing a character study of Trixie.
Yeah, really.
So what do we know about Trixie? All right, Trixie.
How did this
She
morph?
may
How
or
did
may
this?
not have been a burlesque dancer. Joe Conti.
Right, yes.
She was
Jerry Sriracha.
the whole sleepwalking episode. She was incredibly important in
Yes.
that.
That's what I'm saying.
Incredibly
Yes.
important.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes.
So there's actually episodes.
Tax.
They had her if they needed her.
She's
was on the bench.
Like I said, she's needed in those episodes.
She was Bucky
Supporting
Dent.
actress.
Yeah.
Supporting actress.
She was Bucky Dent.
Yeah, she's
No,
Bucky.
wait, no. She was more. Yes, I said Bucky and
you're
Dent.
right.
What a name. He was in the Lost episode.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
The color musicals.
DH.
Yes.
Joyce.
You know, when he says fins, he makes like a fin thing with his
Yeah,
hands.
yeah.
I thought he was doing.
He does like the
was
thing
he
with his
doing this?
fins, Trixie, fins,
yes.
fins.
Yeah,
Fins.
that's what he
It's almost
does.
like crossing your fingers.
And he
still wanna know what it
fin.
means.
I
I
think
still
he's
wanna-
doing French for finished or something like stop.
Could be. Yeah, could be.
I
Or
think
is it
fin.
Fin.
Oh,
French
yeah.
fin.
Because it sounds like he's trying to say truce.
Yeah.
Right? It sounds like
Yeah,
that's
like-
what he's
like-
meaning.
yeah, like,
Like,
yeah,
stop
really,
trying
like,
to say
stop.
truce.
Yes.
That's what he's
Yes.
saying.
So
Yeah, something like
fins.
that.
Fins, Trixie.
Okay.
Fins. All right.
Fins, Trixie.
That could be it. Wow.
If we ever did research, we'd know what it meant. But
You're
we don't
welcome,
do research.
Michael.
We
Years
don't
for that
do-
answer.
we don't do research on this show.
We never.
More physical comedy going down. Here, have a kumquat.
Yeah, have a kumquat.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Conti. Uncle Vinny's just did a residency at Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant.
Yes.
That's where the Honeymooners get-together is going to be, by the way. I meant to tell you. We're going to do
I
a listeners
didn't-
gathering.
Okay.
Yes.
And we should go
We
see
gotta
Giuseppe
think of that.
by Giuseppe Conti.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even think of that.
Uncle Vinny's.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like to.
I don't like to brag.
No, because
Come up with one good idea all year.
I'll open for you. If we can do,
I'll open for you.
if we can do a Sunday, and all we have to do, I mean, obviously, we're not going to charge anybody to come.
No, charge
Are
when
they-
they leave.
To get out, though.
Charge when you leave.
Walked right into
I
that.
will
Oh,
talk
really?
to Dino, and all they have to do is just buy like 1 or 2 items. They have food there.
Yeah.
It's a BYOB.
That's all.
Any
you're a
beer,
Honeymooners
you can
fan,
bring
you
beer and wine, and it's great.
do
We
it.
have the stage. We can sing on the stage.
Grapefruit juice.
I think it's a perfect thing.
Oh my God!
Yeah, yeah.
I
And we can go to Brave
didn't
New World
even
after.
think of that.
Yeah, it would be cool. It would be cool.
All right. Good.
Do you
All right,
think
good.
Ron Albany's
Thank you,
just
everybody.
go,
We're
go.
done.
Tracy
Thank
to
you.
pass the time of day?
I got to go drive
I
down.
studied
to
under the
Uncle Vinny's.
GI Bill.
That was the best in the class.
best in the class.
All right, what do you think? Do you want to do?
Back to the podcast.
We got to do
Or a
Mike's
little
thing.
lobster tail. Good for nothing.
Good for nothing.
I think I want to do the thing with Mike, his trivia game, and have everybody. All right, that piece of paper that you took out 45 minutes ago. All right, and you guys were ready to do this thing.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I have presents. Hold on a minute.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
we have presents.
Yeah, we noticed. We can hear you. We have your presents.
Yeah.
Presents.
Sir, here's the Honeymooners portfolio for you.
Oh, thank you.
What is that?
Whoa.
What is this?
That's the comic books put in a volume. And some of them have, like, features. There's an Art Carney interview in one of those.
Where in the world did you get that? That's amazing.
Morgan's Department Store.
Morgan's Department Store. I was trying to think of it. I couldn't think of it. Wow,
Holy
that
crap,
is
that's
so
awesome,
cool.
dude.
Give you
Did you
Ed
get-
Norton's Secrets to the Meaning of Life.
Ron, didn't you get me nothing?
Hey there, Ralphie Boy. The Life and Times of Ralph Cramden, Joe.
This is
these
my
are
God.
great.
This
Yeah, looks like we both each got the same thing.
yeah,
Show
yeah,
material?
Yeah.
I got.
Is this like early 80s?
These are 80s.
What is
You know, you
this?
have to realize with the lost episodes, there was a deluge, and that's a sort of large word like gymnasium.
Yeah.
It's the coup de grace,
of
right?
merchandise and shirts came out in the 80s and stuff, you know. So this
Dab,
Is this
dab,
the man
dab,
who-
dab, emulized.
Is this the man who pronounces words correctly? No.
I never knew these books existed.
Yeah.
I never knew it.
Fantastic.
I have one comic
Thank
book
you,
in
Ron. It's fantastic.
Oh,
I
really?
do have one. Yeah. They go to the World Series.
I'm gonna after we record this, I want to take a picture of all of these, and then I'm gonna post
You know
it.
what these are like? Those are like
probably find them on
original
eBay,
stories
maybe.
too. These are original stories or something like those. Those, yeah. And this one has a Christmas comic.
Oh, wait a minute,
Okay, wow.
dude! Look who's writing. Look who wrote this. Peter Crescenti.
Yeah, it's the
Crescenti.
Ralph guy. I meant to tell you that.
That's
Yeah.
Ralph guy.
And I got in touch with them, and we
were saying?
lost a little, but he wants to. We're gonna have him call in. We were gonna have him call in, and then we had our little.
Well, his
you know-
cousin called in, right?
Yeah.
The girl. His cousin called
Yes.
in.
If I've
Left the
called
voice.
Bensonhurst
07741.
I love that overdub. I studied that after you mentioned that.
What do you think they're saying? What can you read
First
his
of all,
mouth?
you secretly are in my head with watching all Honeymooners now because
Okay, but-
because I'm like, wait, Louis says, so now I gotta listen. So I'm listening to that overdub. No, it's very interesting though. They did go in and overdub that, which is
because they probably
odd.
use somebody. They probably use somebody's actual
phone
number. Like today, we use 555.
I want to study it again.
Back then, they didn't do that.
I don't think that sound would be on separate tracks or anything. So it's just weird how she recorded right over.
Yeah, right over it.
something. Yeah.
And it was her voice.
It is her voice. Oh, it's her voice.
So they did that and just said, "All right, listen, we got to go in the
And it's
recording
funny 'cause it's a
studio."
little
Try to
more
just
clear.
read their lips and just see what number are they using.
Yeah, what's the real?
What's the real number are they using?
Right.
Yeah, I always, and I'm not sure, and I don't know if it's something 0. I think that, or something. There was a 3 or something when you try to read their lips, but
It's sad you never had a kid's life.
It's like,
A kid's
oh, he's
life.
busy playing football and basketball. And after school, I went for a trip around the world.
yeah. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? He took a trip around the world,
yeah.
and he is like, "Oh, I feel so bad for you."
Yeah.
That's really what he's thinking. I feel so bad for you because you didn't play pool in
was
a
amusing
dingy
lobster
pool player.
tail.
That's what Ron and I say to everybody that never played Atari. Jesus.
All right, we are going to get this going.
All right, let's get
I
going.
want to
Okay.
do this.
Get
I
your
am
paper and
looking-
pen, paper and pen.
Paper and pens out, everybody.
Everybody got paper.
Everybody at home.
Jot it down.
Okay, so explain to us how we're doing this.
Okay, so I'm going to ask
Come
the question.
on already.
Would you
Come on with the thing.
I'm waving my hands like Norton.
No. Come on with the thing.
This podcast. I'll tell you.
How could you think I could sell anyway? All right, so
Should I put my weight down on this paper?
now would you mind telling me why? Don't get me started.
love
Don't
that.
get me started on it. I'll sit here all day.
You
talking
can't
about
even bring up anything from the worry
What
ward
me?
because
I'll-
Michael
oh my
starts to
God.
break out in hives.
I know, it's a disgusting
Because he
moment,
just
honey.
wants to get
He
all
was
of it
so
out.
disgusted with Norton. All right, we'll get to that.
I'm writing.
So,
I won.
this is-
I was playing Joe and Pinochle. Do you remember hearing that?
Pinochle.
term?
Pinochle.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. As a
I remember
kid,
people
like,
playing
Pinochle,
Pinochle.
yeah, I
I
never-
do remember.
playing it. but
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember people
hearing about
people
it, yeah.
playing. hearing
Can I
about it.
just give a quick story about Pinochle? We used to play cards in our 20s all the time. That's when I lost a car in a poker game when I was 22.
Dude.
I would like to see that in the middle of the table.
Now, granted,
Joe.
now,
Freddie
granted,
Muller's crying in the middle of the table.
it was only a $500
You were a full
call.
gambler.
Yeah, I was a degenerate.
I hope that guy put it down on his tax.
But
That's the
anyway,
thing they're looking for.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it, Lou.
so I was going to a friend of
Get your
ours,
bank
mine's
book.
house, to go play poker. And they said, Joe, pick up some cards to play poker. I went, picked
the
up
Hallmark store.
I went and picked up 2 decks of cards. We started shuffling, and the first hand, everybody had almost the same hand because I picked up pinochle cards. So it was all 10s, jacks, queens, kings, and aces. Everybody's like, I have 4 aces. I have 4 aces too.
I have 2 full boats.
So it was kind of funny how we did that. Yeah.
Let's see, I got a pinochle story.
You mentioned that gin thing last time we were here, 8 months ago, if anybody remembers. I've been watching his physicality in that. How he spreads out the cards.
Yeah.
When he says gin in perfect time with the spreading of the cards.
Oh, his cards are perfectly spread.
Very well done.
And
Yeah, it's awesome.
Just one of the people that does everything great.
And here is the
I know
question.
everything.
Everything.
Oh,
Here
God.
is the question. Honestly, the 3 of you and everybody listening, tell me that every time he puts the cards down to say gin, you're looking to see if he actually has gin. He doesn't. Of course not.
Yeah, of course. What?
But I
Probably has
have
like
to
a
look
joker.
You gotta
every
look.
time.
You have to look.
I have to look. I go,
Oh,
I wonder,
yeah.
what does he actually have?
Yeah.
That's how pathetic I am. I
was
want
watching
to
the
know
other day,
what
it's like,
cards
how
he
do
put
they
down.
wire that
And
exploding iron?
what happens after that could be my greatest throwout of all time.
Oh, yes. Yes, when he throws them out
without saying a word.
The thumb
The
shake,
thumb.
the thumb shake.
Shake the thumb.
And then the over the top, almost like he's trying to tap himself on the back
yeah.
and go forward.
Yeah.
And then he I love when Carney
he's sitting.
goes.
Yeah, he's sitting.
When
Which is
Carney
really interesting.
goes like this with his hands down,
Yeah.
like, oh.
And then Carney
he
points to the door like,
like this is where you want me to go. One of the best.
oh, the
throw
best
ever.
to me, the best throw.
Because you know what? You can watch it, not hear
Not
a
hear
thing,
it, yep.
and laugh your ass off.
Well, it's almost like because everything on the show is so loud that any of the quiet stuff is hilarious.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
the boom zoom and the get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like all of them.
Get out of here.
And
Love
Ron
that.
and I talk about this all the time. Shut up, Norton. Shut
up, Norton.
That's
Oh,
the great-
Joe said.
Oh my god.
Oh,
We
Joe
don't
used to
say
it
that's
all the time.
my favorite.
Joe's
That's
favorite.
my favorite shut up ever.
Norton.
Because he's almost upset that he's like, shut up, Norton.
Shut up, Norton.
Like, I can't believe you just
You
said
said
that.
that.
Oh my god.
All right. I'm going to try.
Where were we?
I'm going to
John
try
Baird
to,
is out
I'm
there
going to
listening.
try to Stephen Curry this in point guard. And so let's go. We're going to do this.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to this.
Come on, we're going to embolize this thing right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's def and like Joe said earlier, it's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be
No,
DEFCON 3
everything's
type of
supposed to be
stuff.
absolute
Don't worry
hard.
if you don't get it. Like
Right,
that's
yeah.
the whole point.
Yeah,
Is
you
that
don't get it, no
you know,
big deal.
No,
If you do get it, you're like, whoa.
I'm scared, Norton.
I'm scared.
I'm scared.
I'm a scared.
I'll do the transfusion round. Don't worry about it.
I don't want to lose her.
I don't want to lose it.
He knows that one from Margaritaville. That one. He knows that one.
I hope you don't lose it. She's such a good
The things that we left off of the Florida Honeymooners
Bruce
Podcast
and
trip.
I, we went to. Forget it.
Never
mind. It's a whole
So
different thing.
what are your rules here? You got a lot of rules now.
No, there's no rules. You're
Oh,
just gonna
excellent.
just write down the answer. Just 1 through whatever. Just
Okay.
I would say 1 and just whatever. So some of these will be a question that you just write down the answer, and some of them is going to be finish the line.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Like, bang. Zoom.
Pal, right in the.
Exactly. It's in the top left hand. Finish the line.
Dress pan. Is
Dress
the greatest thing.
Hello.
God, and that's like retro Honeymooners podcast at this point. Dress pan drawer is so good. What is a dress pan?
Just
Where was his
drew it.
brain?
Yeah, really.
Dress pan.
Top
drawer.
hand
He's disgusted with himself the way he says
Yeah,
drawer. He's
yeah.
getting it out. He's like, God damn it. What am I talking about?
I just feel like I'm listening to the podcast.
But the one-
I am thoroughly enjoying this.
The one pair of pants though couldn't
Yeah.
be that was never in the left hand drawer.
Well, she's letting him out every week.
Yeah,
Yes.
Every other day or something.
I've just started. All right. So here we go. So I'm just going to say number
rolling
1.
there.
So we're going to go through all of them, and then you're going to give the answer, and
I'll
we're
give
going to, and then we'll
yes.
see if we.
So at home, we'll give like a whatever 15 seconds.
Mike,
or
how
whatever.
many do you have about?
37.
Well, I think there's like 14 or 15 total.
Okay.
That's a good number.
Right,
Yeah, it's like that's That's what
Yes, Ron.
Look out, because I'm out to get you.
So write down your answers at home. Oh, and Joe, what were you saying?
Show the card.
Post the picture.
Yeah, when you're done, then you want to take a picture of the Louis doing the outing.
This screen fell on
Take a
me.
picture of it, and when I post the episode, I'm going to say
points and
post
points.
your.
Yeah, we'd like to see what your answers are.
We
We'd
want
like
to see
what
how you
got.
guys
Yeah,
did too.
Yeah, don't cheat. Don't cheat.
Don't
Yeah,
cheat.
don't
Don't
cheat.
Google and pause the show.
Yeah, don't-
exactly.
Donate it. Donate it.
Don't look at the.
Don't need it.
Don't need it, pal.
my
Don't need it,
friend.
pal. Don't need it, pal. Don't cheat now. Don't look at the music.
I love how you gave him credibility. Well, he earned it.
Yeah.
So he can be a pompous ass. All right. So, all right. So here's number one.
Number one.
Okay.
Okay. So this is going to be a finish the line.
Gotcha.
Finish the line. All right. And I'll help you out. Let's set it up. So
Okay.
Norton says to Ralph, she clears that table.
Oh, I got it.
Finish the line. Norton says to Ralph, she clears that table.
Joe's got that. Same thing. Okay, got that one.
All right.
Good.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So now this is just a straight up question. Number 2. Okay. It says here.
The applicant is a nut.
Hold on, I had to erase it and then write a new one. I'm
How long
sorry.
have you known Michael Bruce?
I couldn't spell like.
Too long.
I couldn't spell like.
Michael Bruce is not spelled with a G. All right.
Go ahead.
How did Ralph meet Alice?
Michael Bruce, you're killing me over here.
DEFCON 3 questions. If anybody gets any of these, I would be impressed.
Good.
Come in here with your fancy
Yeah, go.
manners.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on.
Sure.
He like dances.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yes.
All right. This is a finish the line. Norton says to Ralph, what's going to happen after 6 months? She's going to notice.
Down the ship here. I'm not winning that new car.
I'm winning this ball. I'm telling you right now, I'm winning.
Norton says to Ralph, what's going to happen after 6 months? She's going to notice.
Joe, can I sit next to you?
He's doing.
Louis on fire over there. I can tell. Louis on fire. Louis is a writing machine over there.
He pulls up.
He's doing. I have to explain it. He's doing Ralph and Ed putting all of Ralph's bad points, and Norton is just writing, looking up, writing again, looking up, covering his mouth. You're an idiot. Go ahead.
Louis
All
Finn's
right.
the sweetest guy in the world.
Next one, straight up question. Name the men that work at Alice's office in order that Ralph says
The order's going to get me. Yeah.
Name the men that work in Alice's office in order that Ralph
I think I
says
have a name
them.
that's not even mentioned. Wait a minute. Frank Kablawi. No.
All right.
Okay.
Next one is this will be finish the line. Norton says to Ralph one episode when he's got a headache, did it help? Finish the line. Norton says, did it help?
This is
Finish the line.
I might as well just go outside and come back in when this is over. How did you come up?
Just the
They're
shit.
all over
This
the
is the
place.
stuff
Yeah.
that I
They're
think
all
of.
over the place.
He's thinking all day long. You're thinking of Tony
I just started
Wienko.
thinking.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
thinking of questions. Norton says to Ralph, did it help?
Chosen?
Finish the line. All right, the next one is just a straight up question.
10 more of these?
Who used
Yes.
Who used an ice cream cone to decorate the Cramden's apartment? Who used an ice cream cone to decorate the Cramden's apartment?
And then we're going to go through these? Is that what we're gonna do?
We got it? Okay.
All right. Next one's a question. What was Ralph referring to when he said to Alice, I learned that trick from you? What was Ralph referring to when he said to Alice, I learned that trick from you?
Don't look at me. That's a good one.
That's
a
very
good
good.
one.
That's very good.
I don't know, Ralph.
Well, don't just stand there.
Okay.
Well, say something. We're all just looking at Michael.
That's great. Well, I was waiting for. Okay.
Michael's panicking, looking at his phone.
Do I go next? Do I say it? All right. Next one question straight up is what was Ralph doing when he said to Alice, "Don't move. I got it. I got it"? What was Ralph doing when he said to Alice, "Don't move. I got it. I got it"?
I got 2 out of 8.
I think.
Get that promotion.
Ron, I think the odds are even lower than that.
Where do you get a chance to use that?
Never. I'll never be able to do that on stage ever. Next question straight up is, who wrote Just Too Marvelous for Words? Who wrote the song Just Too Marvelous for Words? Joe's like, I know this. Look, he's keeled over.
He's in a thinking position.
Who wrote Just Too Marvelous for Words?
Oh, investigating.
It's a good question.
Come on, I thought you guys were up on your popular songs.
Oh my God. I was more of a ping pong guy myself, okay? You notice there was a ping pong.
Crabden. He's in the library.
Guesses.
I got that wrong. I know I got most of them wrong, but that one I definitely got wrong. But anyway.
What number is this? 10?
I don't have them numbered.
I'm going to skip. Yeah, it's number 10 coming up.
Coming up, number 10.
I'm going to skip that one. I'll go back to that later.
So we're going on 10.
Yeah, this is number 10. That was 9.
Okay.
I will not go on.
Tonight. Go on tonight.
Next one. What person told Norton who held the all-time low gas bill record? What person told Norton who held the all-time low gas bill record?
Okay.
She's a blabbermouth, too, by the way.
And part 2 of the question.
Oh.
This is number 11? Or is this part? Is
This
it
is
still 10?
part 2 of number 10.
10, okay. So
Part 2 of number 10.
Okay.
Okay, is what year was the previous record before Ralph broke it? What year was the previous record?
That's the easiest one for me. Because
that?
I'm a years
Nice.
guy.
Oh,
I'm a
good.
dates
Oh, you
guy.
nailed it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a dates guy.
You guys are writing. All right, next one is finish the line. I'm going to blow this whole thing on. I'm going to blow this whole thing on.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Ralph says.
Steady now.
Finish the line. Steady.
I need a couple extra seconds for this.
That's fine.
Oh, look out now.
Look out now.
Oh, got it. I'm sorry.
We're going on 12, right, Michael Bruce?
Yeah, few left. Just a few left.
I have a torch.
I have a torch.
Okay. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good. Okay. So next question, straight up question is: when Ralph was going crazy about the IRS wanting to see him, and they were eating dinner, what was the first thing Norton asked Ralph for? When Ralph was going crazy about the IRS wanting to see him, and they were eating dinner, what was the first thing Norton asked Ralph for?
At least that one was a little easier. You're like, in the lost episodes.
All right, next one, straight up question is, what was Trixie doing when she said to Ed, would you put out that awful cigar? What was Trixie doing when she said to Ed, will you put out that awful cigar? I can't even name it.
That's pretty good, actually.
It wasn't. You put out that awful cigar.
I'm bad at that. He wasn't
bad at that.
He's a nice kid, that Michael.
All right, 2 left. Ready? And finish the line. What I say about Norton. Finish the line. What I say about Norton. All right, so I have 1 question left, and then there's a special bonus Ron Albanese question.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right.
And Ron Albanese is because I feel that him and maybe John Baird listening at home is the only 2 people that know the answer to this question. But but here's a
Shut
fun
off your radios.
So maybe. So and last question: when Ralph tells Mr. Marshall he likes the new buses, what is it that Mr. Marshall doesn't like about the new buses? What is it that Mr. Marshall does not like about the new buses when discussing with Ralph?
I can give that answer in Mr. Marshall voice.
Yeah. Here's your chance. You think I'm going to play sheet? It's on the question sheet.
What are you doing?
Oh, Joe, my.
And
What?
Went
Hello?
off. It went off.
Operator.
Operator.
You?
He shut
Your
the
headphones?
Yeah, it went
Can
off.
you hear us?
I can hear. Now, see, it went off. Mine went off.
No, your mic is
You
still
don't hear us?
working.
But I can't hear myself.
Oh wow! What the? Oh, mess
Oh.
with your the. Oh, he pulled the
We gotta
plug out.
plug it in.
Plug in the wall.
He's looking at me like you're not living up to your perm of number 22.
Special mattress. This
And
one's harder.
Louis, you argue too much.
Here's the special bonus question.
Special bonus question.
Special bonus
It's
Ron
for all of us or
Albanese.
just for him?
Oh, yeah,
No,
let me
it's for everybody.
Oh, okay,
but
but
I say Ron Albanese
Okay,
because what does the rock band Britney Fox
Whoa.
have in common with the Honeymooners?
Perfect. Got it.
See, I knew it.
This is my redemption.
Yeah, I don't know Britney. I don't know. I know the band. I
That's what
don't
I'm
know
saying.
them. I don't know them.
If Joe doesn't know them,
Long way to love,
Louis
Joe.
not.
Long way to
They
love.
were big.
don't know them.
You're heavier. You like heavier metal.
Yeah, but I like I dug some of the hair band stuff from the 80s.
You gotta check out my daughter's band. They'll melt your skull.
Really?
Very heavy.
Oh, that's
They
great.
just recorded last week, by the way.
What's that?
They were in studio all last weekend.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
No.
Whole new EP. Yeah.
Not with this guy, though, probably.
Not with me. No.
I'm just kidding.
Not with
No,
him.
Well, not with him, yeah.
Not with this full-grown nut.
All right. We got it. There we
Okay,
go.
got it. You gonna read them
The
now, or we're gonna
Honeymooners
wait?
quiz. Yeah.
I have to wait.
Hold on, I'm putting in my answer.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Pencils down.
It's not a real.
Yeah.
No,
It's not a real
It's all
answer.
right.
Yeah.
Well, you do.
Check your
You're
phone.
what? I have a script, guys.
That's a script?
Yeah. Decker is so astonished he moves aside without having a chance to really think about it. Zahn takes over the science officer console. Oh, it's
Star Trek 2.
It's the pilot for Star Trek in the 70s. Wow. In thy image.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
Okay.
I got it.
Done. Pencils down.
I am looking forward to this. Here we go.
I didn't get them all. I'll tell you.
All
that.
right.
I didn't get them all.
I didn't get them all for
Well,
sure.
but between the, obviously can't do this to anybody at home right now. But if anybody has the answer to question 1, just does anybody have it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like a hurdler.
She
Say it
cleared
again?
Like a
Like a hurdler.
She
Like a
clears that
hurdler?
table like a hurdler.
Like a
Yeah,
hurdler.
That was the whole.
I put like a something. So
Close. Yeah.
Like a virgin.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
So I got it.
I use
that
I
table
use
like
that
a
line
virgin.
all the time. I say it all the time. Then the next question is, I believe Lou definitely got this. How did Ralph meet Alice?
Oh, she was handing out the shovels at the WPA.
Yes.
See,
That's
Correct.
excellent.
Handing up.
That's-
Yes.
I put
dude, that's great.
ShopRite. She handed out the shovels. Guys, I couldn't think of it. I thought he said shop.
Chinese one.
Jersey
up in
of you.
Corona.
Very North Jersey. Like, whoa.
She handed out the shovels.
Right, has the can selling lots of brands of everything in cans.
So I'm giving myself a half answer with that because I messed it kind of up.
They got rid of Scrunchy Bear, which I cannot abide by. Their character, Scrunchy Bear.
Oh
He was the
God!
mascot.
Yeah, I remember
remember
that.
Scrunchy
Yes, Michael
Bear.
Bruce, you would have loved it. They had merch. They had, you know what I mean? Or they
like
come out
Bucky,
the ShopRite
yeah.
truck.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't remember that either. ShopRite truck.
Yeah, it was like the Hess truck.
Yeah, they'd have one every year.
That's so funny.
That's awesome. I got to find one of those. Next one was finish the line. Did anybody get that one?
I think I got it.
What was it?
Go ahead.
You're not coming home nights.
We'll read the whole line.
What's the
Oh,
line?
well, the whole line is, so he's right.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen after 6 months? She's going to notice you're not coming home nights.
Oh,
Not coming
I knew
home
it was
nights.
that, but I couldn't
Oh, I forgot to put nights
place
in
it.
there. I'll get myself.
Your sister's rear end. I just.
Then it was name the men that work at Alice's office in order that Ralph says them. Go ahead, somebody.
I just had Frank and Bill and Pete and George.
Okay.
I had Frank, George, Bill, and Pete.
I had Frank and Pete and Bill, and then I trailed off.
What is it?
So it's Frank and George and Joe and Bill and Pete and Alice.
Wait a minute. There's a Joe?
There's no Joe in
Put
there.
a new name in there.
No.
You're going to be needing a new nurse.
You need a new.
Oh,
I
sorry.
love that.
It's,
Wait,
no. You're no. I meant
you're going to be needing a new nurse.
He's right. He's right.
And it gets nothing.
And he laughs because he
It's
knows.
George,
Yeah.
not
He kinda
Joe.
giggles,
Sorry.
right?
So
Yes,
I
and it
wrote
gets
down in my notes.
nothing.
I wrote the word Joe down.
Oh, okay.
Frank and George and
flub
Bill and
killed
Pete
it.
and Alice.
I had it.
Yeah.
I had it.
What was
Frank,
the answer again, Michael
Bill,
Bruce?
and Pete.
Frank and
Wait,
George. I accidentally wrote down Joe
Instead of Joe.
It's Frank and George.
Frank, George, Bill,
Pete and Alice.
Frank and George and Michael
Bill
Bruce and
Pete.
Pete. Wait a minute now. Gene, Hulk Hogan.
George, sorry.
Very happy.
Joe
I put
Conti.
Joe down in my notes.
He put Joe's name in
I
there.
put Joe's name in there. And I got to tell you,
I know Joe worked at the office.
Well,
I
His whole
thought
apartment's crazy. His whole building's nuts.
I did think she was the prettiest girl, prettiest secretary in New York, by the way.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
Joe was a ride around that water cooler too.
I fell down the stairs.
That's why I had to go out and get a convertible so I could have
Twice
the
he
top
falls
down.
down the stairs.
Yes, hold it.
Yeah.
And he comes
Hold
back.
it.
Here comes
no
the bride.
Spoilers.
All right, good.
No
Okay.
spoilers.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
All
All
right,
right, no,
here we
yeah, yeah.
Here we go.
All right, so then it was finish the line. Then we get
Yes.
the next finish line. Go ahead. What is it?
Number 6, sir?
5.
5. Oh, I don't have that one.
I think I have
Go
it. Would I be sitting here waiting for my head to blow up?
No.
No, that's
Okay.
not it. I thought
No.
that
Would I
too.
be?
It started with did it help?
yeah.
Finish the line. Did it help?
Did it help? Would I be sitting here holding my head? That's what I got.
No.
No.
The line is did it help? Did it do no good?
Oh! We were going right to Ralph. Did it? What is he
You're
saying?
putting it together. You're
Did it?
Yeah, because he take the aspirin. Or did it help? Did it do no good?
Did it do no good? Does that make any
I
sense?
say it all the
Yeah, it
time.
does.
I say it all
Did
the
it
time.
do no good?
Yeah. It's all those negatives in there that come out. It comes out like.
Yeah.
So in other
Positive.
words, he's saying, did it help? Or is he saying, did it help? Yes, or did it do no good?
Did it do no good? Did it basically did it help or didn't it help? Basically.
and he's
Did
doing
it help?
in
Did
a
it do no good?
Yeah.
Brooklyn slang.
Wow. We all did the same thing. We went right to Ralph.
We went right to Ralph.
Okay.
Next question. Who had the answer?
Oh, Alice's nephew.
Nephew.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nephew.
right?
Yes.
Nephew.
Question was who used an ice cream cone to decorate the Kramer's apartment? Yes, Alice's nephew. Yes.
Man.
Then the next question was what was Ralph referring to when he said to Alice, I learned that trick from you.
How we got married.
How we got married? Well, it's the heads I win, tails you lose thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct.
Oh,
I think that's
okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, so okay, I got that wrong.
Give me back my kern.
Oh.
Next one was what was Ralph doing when he said, "Don't move, Alice. I got it. I got it." Anybody?
Threading
the needle.
Threading the needle. Yep.
Yeah, I got that actually. Wow.
Norton comes
This is the one that's killing me. The next one's killing me.
Yeah.
And then the next one was
My quiz looks
who
like
wrote
Riddler
"Just
did
Too
it.
Marvelous for Words."
Just Too Marvelous for Words was written by.
I
put Cole Porter.
I put Richard Whiting, but I don't think it was.
Was
Richard Whiting?
There you go.
I thought it was
Ed Norton.
No, he wrote Swanee River.
Just Too Marvelous for Words, written by Richard Whiting.
Whiting.
Yes.
It was just Richard Whiting.
Richard Whiting. Yes,
I
him.
thought there was somebody else before.
No. He's just Richard Whiting.
Oh,
no.
okay. All right. Wow, I'm glad.
Although now you make me want to double check that.
No,
the
I
two
think
names.
no. It's just Richard Whiting.
I will double just in case somebody. But yeah,
Keep talking.
he's taking.
Ron is being the questioning photographer. He's just walking around with his camera taking
And
pictures.
afterwards, he's going to take you upstairs to meet the mayor.
Mayor.
While I sing.
A sudden attack of the flu.
right.
It's like a musical.
Yeah.
All right, so then it was what
Number
person?
10.
Yeah, what person
Your
told
hat.
Norton who held the all-time low gas bill record was
Mrs. Schwartz.
Mrs.
We got
Schwartz.
that.
I knew
And
it. I
then
should have put that down.
and then well, what do you got to lose, dude?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, like
My happiness is being destroyed.
And then I
I
asked.
love that. You know that. You know I love that one.
I don't want to lose.
I don't want to lose it.
And then what year was the previous record before Ralph broke?
1931.
It was in the
1931.
30s.
Yes.
There we go.
I put 30s. I get something for that.
30s.
Half burnt.
I get a spiffy.
And whose record did he break? Here you go.
Here, we'll give you.
We'll give you this.
Yeah, Ron.
We'll give you if you can name that. Whose record did they break?
You just
in
said
1931. No, he didn't.
He didn't say
wasn't
it.
Schwartz?
No,
That's
he's the one that said
Schwartz
it.
gave him the information.
He
of
said
who
you
held
beat the
record.
all-time
Mrs.
low
Schwartz
gas
told
bill
me.
record held by the blank.
Another name.
Oh
Yes.
my God, I know this one
I
too.
decided just to make it a two-part, but yeah.
Well,
for
we'll
those
just
that-
for
yes,
him.
you're on it.
Brothers.
You're on it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I know it.
Albanese brothers. I don't know.
It's the Collier
Collier
brothers.
Brothers.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
And only because I looked it up, and they were two
Hoarders.
well-known, very rich hoarders.
Yep. That's true. True story.
Yep.
I know that story.
That's
and that couldn't get him
amazing.
out of the house.
Yep.
There's a great episode, not to plug another podcast, but there's a Bowery Boys podcast.
That's
not
okay.
about
Is there?
not about Hunts Hall.
Right. Oh.
But it's about the city coming of age, late 1800s to early 1900s.
Oh, that's
Really?
interesting.
It's a really good podcast, and they did an entire 2-hour episode on those guys.
On the Collier brothers. Wow.
Yeah, I'm surprised. There's a lot of pop culture references in the classic 39.
Yeah.
Admiral Dewey
definitely. Yeah.
jacket.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
There are a lot.
I mean, think of the dance. I mean, just the mambo. Whack out a
song.
little rock and roll.
Rock out a little
And the
rock
rock
and
and
roll.
roll was
That
just
one.
kind of brand new.
Yeah.
You know,
Brand
only
new.
a couple
Yeah,
of years
brand
old.
new.
Yep.
All right. Where do we go?
Next one is.
Where are we, Mike?
Next one is.
This one I
Finish the line.
Semi got it.
Aside, everybody.
I'm going to blow this whole thing on.
2 glorious weeks vacation fishing at Fred's Landing.
Correct.
Wow, I just put 2 glorious weeks at Fred Landing. That is a loss to me.
that's-
That's a loss. Come on.
okay,
You
all
got
right.
it. Come on.
all right.
I
Number
should have
12.
known. Fishing at Fred
Number
Landing.
Landing. Yeah.
He asked for ketchup first.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it ketchup? I put ketchup.
I got
Albanese
ketchup.
on
Yes.
fire.
Okay, good.
Yes.
I
Number
would-
12 was ketchup.
I
That's
was
what Norton
not-
asked for first.
It's
was
a
ketchup.
landslide.
I was not confident with that. I knew it was either
Well, the votes
ketchup
started-
or
Yeah,
it's ketchup.
piccalilli
Yeah,
or chow chow, but I just
No, that's
I
it.
had, look. I had piccalilli chow chow.
and then
first,
you
and I
change it
thought,
to
Yeah, 'cause that's
ketchup.
at the end. That's at the end when he's
Ron,
getting really
it's
mad. The piccalilli or chow chow. Alex, get in the bedroom because I'm going to kill him. So
What was-
it's
It started out ketchup,
right, then
piccalilli
it's-
chow chow, and then the bread is when he blew
Yeah.
his top, right? That's right. Yep.
Now, first thing we do is give me bread. Where is it?
You're looking at me surprised. Where is it? He's like,
Yeah.
he's just like,
I loved I loved how confident and almost cocky Norton was. We're like,
Yeah.
you will get me bread.
Bread, where is it? Yeah.
Yes.
Like he's a waiter.
Oh, he's
First
so,
things first.
he is so bad. He's so bad. there.
condescending.
All right, next one.
Number
What
13.
was Trixie doing when she said to Ed, "Would you put out that awful cigar?" Would you?
Hemming a dress.
Hemming a
dress.
dress.
Hemming a
Yes,
dress. Yep.
got
Yeah,
it. Nailed
brother.
it.
We
Wow,
got that
good
one.
Got
Good one,
Albanese
good
on
one, good
fire
one.
still. Now
And then I know Lou's dying to answer this, but I'll answer the question. No, I'm sorry.
together.
No,
We'll
I'm
do it
sorry.
together.
We'll do it together.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Before that, finish the line. What I say about Norton.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
is one thing.
Is one
How I
thing.
feel about him is
Is
another.
another. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
and the famous
Physical comedy there.
transfusion.
We got to film these.
Yes, I
Let
was
me
just
do the
thinking of
transfusion.
that. I was
Let me do the transfusion. Love that. All of a sudden,
Huge
a bus
word.
driver is saying like this medical term.
Yeah.
Good.
Let me do the transfusion.
And then this was the one I was thinking. I jumped ahead there.
The
for
nurse
for
that disappears. I love that, Joe. You point that out. She goes into the ether.
Yeah.
Louis
stuck
pointed
in
that
the
out.
episodes.
The nurse, she goes in the room and never comes back.
She's
She's
down
like
fire.
into the
She went down a
ether.
fire scrape or
She's-
something. I don't know
yeah,
what happened to her. Yeah. I had no idea what happened to her.
Well, what happened was she went to the apartment to shut the boiling water
Water
off.
off, yeah.
Ralph forgot to. Yeah.
I suppose
So-
you think it's my imagination.
Imagination.
That she's in there.
Imagination.
And then let's see. When Ralph tells Mr. Marshall he likes the new buses, what is it that Marshall doesn't like about the new buses?
Those transmissions are bad.
I didn't want to talk over that. Yes, I had it.
But
I
I
don't like those trips.
hold on a second.
on, yeah, Joe.
Hold on a second. Wasn't that not Mr. Marshall? Wasn't that from the golfer?
Here's what's happening. You're confusing it with the locker room.
I'm thinking the locker room.
No. This is out in front of the Gotham bus.
Oh, in
company.
front. Right. What?
Mr. Marshall.
What?
Yeah.
What thing? What
This ties
dent?
into my future segment.
Right.
Okay.
You just
Okay.
went into the future by mistake.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes, same filming spot as the horrible photographer.
Okay.
And then
our
we're-
bonus question.
our bonus question-
which I have an answer.
That photographer should hang out with
Okay.
Bill Davis.
What?
They're like awful humans.
What does the rock band Britney Fox and the Honeymooners have in common?
I have an answer.
I know he knows it.
You
but-
do?
I have an answer.
You went
Go
on
ahead.
your smartphone.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
You'll
He
know
would do
when
that.
I say the answer. You'll know I didn't go on the smartphone. Every member in that band all got promotions in the sewer before Norton did.
An accident.
Go ahead, Ron Albanese. Give us the answer.
Dean Davidson, the singer and main chief
No.
songwriter.
Say the name though. The full.
Michael Bruce.
You missed the.
Dizzy Dean.
Thank you.
Oh, here we go.
Dean Davidson never really had a nickname, but these record companies would give nicknames to guys sometimes. It was a big thing in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Machismo Bruce was his name for a long time. And he was Dizzy Dean, which somebody at a record company, some old cigar chomping guy probably said, rah.
Yeah, I'm going to call you Dizzy
Oh, he's got a name, Dean. What can we do? Right.
Dizzy
Yeah.
Dean there.
That's
Yeah.
great.
So when we saw that episode as kids, right, we were like, Brittany Fox.
Yeah, Dizzy Dean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's
Shut
cool.
up and eat your spaghetti.
Dizzy Dean Davidson.
Shut up and eat your spaghetti.
Shut up, Dizzy
How many
Dean.
did you get right, Joe? How many did you guys get right?
1, 2, 3.
I had one incomplete. That's a wrong.
See, 15, 20%
And a half.
Quarter to 3 and 3 o'clock.
I got three wrong.
I got 12 right.
No, I had incomplete.
How many were there total? 14 or 15?
15.
15.
But
And
then
you got how many? You got 12 right?
I counted the second one, the 19th, the 10, and the other one. So there's actually.
Well, I had the one line, but I did missed a couple words. So
That,
that's wrong.
I took
That's
it wrong. I
That's
took mine
Yeah,
wrong
that's
too. Yeah. So I got 12 right.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I got about 4 right. Hold up your.
You got about 4 right.
Your stockings are crooked.
Got it.
And now.
That is great. It just took us an hour and 40 minutes to get to that. But you know what? I'm glad we got to it.
And now back to
loved
Charlie Chan.
The galloping.
That was great. I loved it, and I hope you guys at
Well,
home
I'm
are
dying to
enjoying
see.
it.
That's what I'm
good,
saying. I'm
Michael
dying
Bruce.
to see what they come up with.
And you
at
know
home
what?
together.
I'm gonna change it. You don't have to take a picture of it.
Yeah.
Just put what you
Dude,
what you
you
got.
did. Just honestly,
Yeah.
probably
Yeah,
like we
honestly.
said, I got 3 wrong.
If you
It's no
want to
big
put
deal.
the picture, fine.
Yeah, you can. But if you would just want to say, "Hey, listen, I got 12 right."
Tony Wienko might want to put a picture.
That's what I'm saying. Ira, your bartender, could just submit your results.
I'll take it. Wrote it down on the back of a napkin.
Well, I think Ira sounds like Mr. Marshall when
Yes.
he talks. That's
Oh, probably. It could be.
That's
It could
how
be.
his posts read to me.
Yeah.
Oh, you never heard his voice?
No.
'Cause I think-
did he leave a voicemail?
No, but I think he's put up a couple of posts with him, like doing a video. I
Put
think.
files up back in the day.
Yeah, so you might
check
want
him
to
out.
check
All
him
right.
out. Yeah.
Coming soon.
Now, before we move on to our next segment, which is his,
sir.
Okay.
I just want to mention a couple of things. We could throw this around.
Okay.
When I was going through my opening, right? So we had Here Comes the Bride.
Correct.
So I came up.
Stanley.
In your guys' opinion, what's a better nickname? Twinkles for Bert or Sweet Face for Stanley?
I never thought of it
she
as
called him
Sweet Face.
Now she calls him Sweet Face. Alice calls Ralph Sweetheart Face.
Oh yeah.
So this is Darling One is what
Darling One.
Stanley called Agnes.
Yes.
So she called him
Bruce.
Sweet Face. Go ahead.
I have an answer. So I'm gonna go with Twinkles for Bert.
Okay.
Only because like Twinkles completely fit. Look at the way Bert walks. Look at the way he uses
He is a
his
twinkle.
hands.
He is a twinkler.
He totally.
He's a
is.
soft
You know what I
guy.
mean?
We
Because
did like
she
an
says
hour
so
on him
soft.
last time we were here. So
He could never drive a bus.
Yeah,
No.
because we said last time too that she said you pick out his most outstanding feature and you give him a name for it.
Right.
Like, and then we all came like,
I remember
Twinkles is an outstanding.
What
feature?
is his outstanding
Big
feature? Right.
Twinkles, like
well, because he's
Doesn't-
kind of a
Right.
recchione.
Yeah, he's definitely even way he like you said, he walks. He has a little bit more bounce to his walk.
Italian in
he
this
walks
episode.
like
Very
he's
soft.
kind of like that Bigfoot walk.
I'm
with
trying
the-
to be nice, but he's soft.
I'm trying.
He's soft.
Yeah.
He's a fairy.
yeah.
Why don't you just admit it already? We're from North Jersey.
Yeah,
He's a soft
Dance
guy.
around.
yeah.
Now Stanley, we never think of Stanley
The
as
cookies.
soft. We think of Stanley as a weasel. You always said that.
No, Stanley to me is softer than Twinkles.
But you say something else. You call him something else. We would always like
Bert
he's
Wiedemeyer's a successful man.
yeah, but
Yes.
you
Stanley
kept on
Saxon
saying Stanley
is a mouse.
was a mousy guy.
mousy guy.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
mouse.
what you said. He's mousy.
Because you got to remember too who you're dealing with wife wise.
Right,
Agnes is like, come on.
right.
Without using the B word, we'll use the W word.
Well,
She's a witch.
She has a lot of luggage.
Yeah,
they
you're not.
But they both Rita and Agnes both have a lot of baggage, but different types of
Different
baggage.
types. I mean,
different types of baggage. Absolutely.
Rita is so much.
Rita is Rita is just, she's very high maintenance.
Yeah,
because she has to buy things. Agnes,
but she
is
doesn't
just,
seem as nagging as Agnes.
Agnes is
She's
one
not as
where every
nagging.
time you come home, you have to go, Agnes, is anything okay?
Yeah, like
that's the old gag.
But boys, the thing you have to realize, the Stanley Saxon thing didn't really resonate with viewers. Twinkles has left.
Oh, yes.
That's
Stanley's
the difference
nothing.
there in the nicknames.
Yeah.
Now, Sweetheart Face.
What's in a name?
I've used it all the time. I've used Sweetheart
Sweetheart
Face
Face
with
is
chicks a lot.
Do you really?
Sweetheart Face. This sounds so ridiculous. It's almost like a put down. Sweetheart Face.
Yeah, it's like, how many syllables are you going to use in a nickname to a
And
woman?
That's good writing.
Yeah.
Sweetheart
Sweetheart
Face is not
Face.
something
Ralph.
you really
Sweetheart
conjure
Face.
up. It's
Yeah.
not soft.
No, it's
It has
actually
that-
it's purposely a little
Yes.
ridiculous.
It has some of that consonant action in the middle with heart, and it
Yes,
kind of
yes.
I still want to see
Brought to
Stanley
you by
and
Buick.
Burt box each other.
You want to see Stanley and Burt
box
box
each other. I
I
just
want
think
to
that
see
would be
a new
I
Renegade
think-
Lodge form with Stanley Saxon, Twinkles, that photographer.
I think Stanley at not Stanley. I think Bert at work is a different guy.
Yes, I think,
I think he's a more demonstrative guy at work, and then when he gets home, he goes into this shell of.
You know what's funny?
What work
with
he's
you
at.
guys, I know you guys would know this a little bit more. Pink Floyd, The Wall.
Sure. Yes.
The
Bob Ezra,
teachers,
1979.
wall-
the
there's four
teachers-
walls.
Right, there's 4 walls, exactly. The teachers in the song and in the movie is all premised on these teachers are overbearing and brutal,
Right.
but they go home and their wives are overbearing to them, and then they go and they take it out on them. That's what he I
Because you
was
think
talking about.
because remember too, Bert's working in this environment of all men, bus drivers, mechanics,
Yeah.
that kind of guy. That
Right.
that blue collar guy
Yeah.
back in the 50s. So he's got to be a little bit.
Yeah,
with
because
that,
he wouldn't last.
He wouldn't last.
He
He's
wouldn't
not gonna get
last.
like darling.
Well,
one or
I
two-
don't see him as being overruling. I see him as being like he never breaks a rule, and you need to abide
Yeah.
by the rules.
Yeah,
well,
and he doesn't bend on
Yeah.
it. He doesn't. You know what I mean?
I think
Yeah.
he's more like Charlie, I would say, as opposed to one of those overlord guys. I think he's more
Yeah,
like
he's-
Charlie, who was in an office.
Yeah,
with the visor.
the visor guy.
He
Yeah,
raises
He
dogs.
raises dogs. Okay, Charlie. He raises dogs.
He does that. He's a bean counter.
Yeah.
and then he
No,
raises
that's not
dogs.
going to work for me.
Dogs, yeah.
Yeah.
There's something about the aroma.
Aroma, I know. All right, here's another observation from that.
Okay.
I want to know what was really on the cracker, by the way.
Yeah,
'cause it
really.
wasn't dog food when they ate
Because
it.
it was dark, right? The color.
Yeah,
of it.
like they're trying to think
It's
if
like
they
some
just
kind of pate or
It was
something.
like, yeah,
maybe a
something
cheese.
you open up
Maybe
a
a
can
cheese.
back
And
then,
we
put
said
out.
this once. We
Those
talked about
Zoostubers.
that. We talked about this episode. I said like back in the 50s, dog food was the most disgusting, smelling thing in the world.
It was.
Because I used to feed my dog Alpo back in the day.
Yeah.
When we didn't know any better.
Right.
You know.
And yeah,
basically
now you
killed
dude,
them.
some of my dogs.
And you open
food-
that can up, it was like, oh my.
It's awful. Now it
Cycle
smells better than
2.
our food.
Yeah.
Cycle 3.
Cycle 3.
Cycle 4. Then he's dead.
the
right?
cycles.
He's like dead at cycle 4.
Yeah.
Cycled right off a cliff.
Right.
All right, here's one of my favorite things in that. When
Gainsburgers.
Yes, it looked like a hamburger.
Yes.
When
Any other dog
Agnes,
food? Oh, sorry.
when Agnes and Alice
Dog
are in the
food.
bedroom and they're yelling at each other. Okay, Alice, you're standing next to her. What the hell are you yelling like a Robin Leach? You're screaming.
He's a beast.
He's a beast.
Can you imagine, like, picturing them standing right next to each other, screaming
at it,
like two cartoons, like their voice is making their hair
Head
fly
blow
back.
back, yeah. It's
Like,
you
it's
know what
just
she
like,
says?
like a wind is
She says
blowing-
like, okay, Alice. Just say, okay, Alice.
Well, it's funny. Everybody goes in the bedroom to have a some sort of argument on the show.
Yes.
but it's so easily hurt. Like even when he goes in when she's getting a job and he goes,
Oh, I love that.
Like, you can,
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
they're yelling in
Oh,
there.
I
Yeah.
love that.
No, no, no,
That's
stop!
excellent
I
comedy.
love that scene.
You know what I
Love
mean?
that scene.
But like everybody goes in the bedroom with
She's not ready
a
yet.
one-bedroom apartment. I can't.
It's you think about it, it's the
premises.
easiest off-stage spot.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't have to open it. I mean,
Yeah.
the door's right. It's literally stage right.
There's another good Gleasonism in the drinking episode where he goes right this
On the mic.
way,
Yeah.
like he's never been there before.
Yeah, like I've never been there before. Like I've never been in this house.
For
Like
the first time, because come right this
Like
way.
where you can go? You got one option: the kitchen table.
You got One option. That's it. Two chairs.
Two chairs and a table. And then
Good
another
job
thing,
on this.
Just
Good
another
job.
thing here. The last observation from Here Comes the Bride. When they're talking to Stanley. And everything seems to be new. Like you're moving in with your mother and father. Alice with Agnes's mother and father. Like you don't know these things.
Yeah.
He's gonna be your brother-in-law. You don't know this,
Right, exactly.
You're just finding this out the night before he gets married.
A weird disconnect there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's funny. And of course, because they're supposed to be pals and they
Exactly.
they hang out 3 nights a week.
Exactly. He introduced him to Agnes.
Right,
So
exactly.
he probably really can't stand Stanley.
Yeah.
Like, like that's what he's been. Ralph, how could you do this to me?
He's really sandbagging Stanley Saxon.
Oh yeah.
He is really.
He's got it out for Stanley.
Yeah.
And he's got it out
And,
for him.
I've mentioned this many times, and Lou knows. I feel this. Here Comes the Bride was Gleason on fire.
Yes.
You think about his lines in that show, because if you think about it, Gleason is usually the reaction guy, or he's usually the guy who gets the butt of the jokes.
Yeah.
He is on fire from all of it. From when he goes slip, their foot slip.
Yeah.
All of it. If you go through and watch all of his lines, they're all so quick, snappy, and awesome.
Joe, two of the best lines his in that same show. Go in there and get it. What's the matter with you? Don't get a master that way. And then the other, then let's go. I put our hats. Let's go. Get our coats on and go see what made. Then he puts his hat back down.
Yes.
Go to bed. But Ralph, he said, go to bed.
I like how he eases into that episode too. I think he liked the hangout aspect in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I think he kind of, and I think it was real beer.
Oh, and the thing,
I
yeah,
think it was
they
real
could
beer.
drink real beer back in those days.
Yeah,
think it was
I
real
can't
beer.
see them not. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't see
Yeah.
that they.
And that's what always gets me too on that one with the rum cake.
right.
Ralph, you'll get deathly sick. He's out boozing all the
There's
time.
a-
All of a
there's a
sudden, rum cake's
lack of
giving him
continuity there.
Yeah,
rum
that's
cake
that-
is giving him
that's
a
the-
hangover.
I love her.
All they do is booze at the club.
Yes, exactly.
Even Alice says, "Oh, your Lodge Brothers will be so full of beer they won't hear one word you're saying when he's giving his speech."
Right.
How many episodes do you think they play off that bit of him, being the loudmouth or whatever, and then when Alice shows up, he has to totally cower down, like he was just saying, because there's other episodes where like the
has
one
a
where he
big
goes
house.
upstairs. And he's going to sleep up there or whatever, and he's telling Norton, and then she comes in and, come on, please tell us, Ralph. The peasants have a right to know.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he's going nuts about how he's the boss, but then Alice comes in, they play off that bit. And
Yeah,
he
he
goes,
goes,
He does a 180.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And then the Norton says something like, "This is a nice way to talk to the peasants," or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, like
that's right.
Yeah, he says something like, "Oh, hi, like,
What a way
hi,
to-
honey."
what a way to talk to the peasants.
like,
You are not going on that fishing
fishing
trip.
trip, yeah.
That is it. And then she
The
walks
fishing
in.
trip's
That's
another
the-
one. That's
Yes, another one,
too.
yes.
Yes.
Yep.
And also,
So that's the third. That's three.
The thing that actually had the Joe Fensterblau thing where he said, "Oh well, he just said that because you had to go home because she said you couldn't stay out late or something like that."
Well.
And then when he was like,
That's a whole
"Come on, you're gonna
episode.
play poker with us?" No, she said I got to be home at 10 o'clock.
but
and
you
he
like
leaves.
poker.
Yeah.
You are leader.
That's right.
And he says,
There's
Next
four,
time,
there's four
shut
episodes.
up.
"Yeah."
There's four walls. That's a good recurring bit.
All right, good.
What else you got?
He
Oh,
got
wait,
it.
wait, this is where we need to finish with this. This is
audience
going to be.
participation, right?
This is the second part of audience participation.
Yes.
First one is the trivia that Michael Bruce brought, and now Ron Albanese.
Yeah, this is Ron's
I
bit.
love
He's gonna-
this question,
it's great.
and I don't even know if I'm going to give an answer yet.
I don't know.
I want to give these guys an opportunity, and maybe next week we'll give our answer.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
'Cause
I
I'm
have a
not
bunch
sure.
of-
This is Ron's
yeah,
Ron's
okay.
bit. He's going to introduce it. Go ahead.
Okay.
You're on
And
the air.
now, the Honeymooners podcast presents. No. Mention characters mentioned
Okay.
that were not seen on screen. If you had the chance to play them on screen, who would you play? Now, I got the ball rolling, and we'll do it here too. Saying,
Repeat that again so everybody can say
Okay.
it again. Repeat it again. I think you should repeat it again.
Yep, that again. no, sorry.
That again?
Characters that were mentioned. Excuse me. Dusty
yeah,
Ned
yeah,
Hall,
Dusty Ned Hall, yeah.
Ways to buy the best.
Here's an easy example
Just
of
like
that.
the gas.
Mrs. Schwartz. She's mentioned
Yes.
twice and never seen.
Okay, but
to give you an
all right,
idea.
but
One
Joe,
of two
here's the
people
thing.
mentioned twice, not seen.
Here's the thing too. Okay, so I'm going to say Chester Barnes.
Oh, great.
I would love to
Great.
play Chester Barnes. I'd love to be the Chester Barnes.
You want to be so tall and so
Come right in.
slim. I guess a man doesn't.
She stops.
Yes.
Because of the, I think the audience starts laughing. And
Yes, and she, as the professional that she
Total
was,
pro.
Yeah.
Total pro.
I guess a man.
Yeah, I guess a man doesn't have to get fat if he doesn't want to.
You know what? That would be another one we could put in that little house. That hip hop
so
song.
insulting, and he's
that
sitting
table,
right there.
Yeah.
We also have Mrs. Finley mentioned, of course.
Yes, Mrs.
So
Finley.
here's the problem we run into, gentlemen. We have a dearth of female listenership. There are a lot of females mentioned. Mrs. Schwartz,
Yes.
Mrs. Schultz. Schultz is actually a male. Oops, I just changed his gender. Sorry.
It's okay today.
Mrs. Finley, Mr. Mayor Monahan. There's a Mrs. Hannon mentioned. So, of course,
Hannon.
we only have a couple.
Is the one Hannon was the one with the when he's the janitor?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yep. Gotcha. Yep.
Okay.
Mrs. Halpern?
Here's a good one to play.
Ariel?
Here's a good role. If anybody wants to jump on it, Mr. Gordon. He's the guy that told Marshall that Ralph's the best pool player.
Mr. Gordon. So he's got to be like some button down,
Right.
like Douglas type.
Yes.
Yes. What's the
The
meaning of
he,
this?
the he, her, him.
Come, Brandon.
I love when the dog food episode, he pushes Ralph
Ralph right away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Aroma
Mr.
guy.
Pecker.
Pecker Tebbets.
Tebbets. Yeah.
And very like.
Here's
Ralph
another
goes-
one.
Ralph goes back like this.
Here's a
Yeah.
small but maybe good role. You could play John.
John, where's my car? I would love to be John. I would love
John
to
would be good.
because I want to chauffeur around Mr. Marshall.
It's a
You
breakout
know why you
role
want to?
opportunity.
Yeah. I know
Yes.
why.
Yes.
I know why Louis would love to drive around Mr. Marshall. So he can talk to Mr. Marshall like
Mr. Marshall.
Right.
He'd be like, John, go get my car.
And make some
All right there,
suggestions.
Mr. Marshall. I'll bring it right to you.
Mr. Marshall, John, you sound a lot like Mr. Harper.
John, you're sounding like me.
Wait, was the guy that he had him? He didn't do too good with the oatmeal trick either. Was that? No, wait a minute.
No, that was what's her name? He
Was
came in.
anybody with the vacuum cleaner
That was-
episode?
Yeah, that was him. He came in.
Oh,
was that
he did-
Joe
he did
Rumsey?
come in.
Joe
That
Rumsey.
was-
That was
Joe
Rumsey.
Rumsey.
Joe Rumsey.
George
Petrie
Now you
playing
got
Joe
guys.
Rumsey.
I'm trying to think of
Now we have
guys.
Herman Fatrack. We don't see Herman Fatrack.
There's
Yes.
another good role.
Jack Towns.
Wait, which one was
Jack
Fat Rack?
Townsend?
Which one was Fat Rack?
Fat
The
Rack's
wrench
Factory.
lock.
The wrench lock.
Fat Rack's Factory.
Fat Rack
had the thing up there.
Oh my god.
It's another good
I got one. What about the guy who was supposed to, the guy that, and I can't think of his name right now, Hannigan. Yeah,
didn't fit in his costume. Fits in his costume.
With me being
There's a lot of-
being that I might be able to get closer to fitting into Hannigan's
It's
part
fine.
now,
Now?
maybe I'd want to be Hannigan.
That's right.
There's a Cassidy mentioned. There's a
Oh, is
Cassidy.
it Cassidy? Cassidy's mentioned 100
Yeah,
times.
it's a go-to.
Yeah.
It's a go-to.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's
I'd
a
be
lot
any
of,
Cassidy.
you have to
yeah.
divide this into apartment dwellers, and
Right.
then other
Yeah.
people. You can do a whole thing.
Because who's the
of
one
really-
that says,
Joe, who's the
Eureka,
listeners? Hint.
Eureka, my garbage can is full.
Eureka.
Who
Mr.
called that?
Fogarty?
Was that Fogarty?
Or is
Yeah.
it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fogarty.
Now,
He's never mentioned. He's never seen.
No, I want to test Lou.
He's one of the two. He's one of the two that are mentioned twice and not seen.
Wait a minute. Fogarty
Mr.
is mentioned twice. Schwartz.
Fogarty on the phone, and Fogarty's old flat that Carlos Sanchez.
Excellent. Now hold that thought, too. Hold that thought.
Okay.
And I'm going to also throw Grogan at you.
Grogan. Grogan.
Grogan was... I'm not sure. That's why I'm asking you.
Yeah, was
I'm-
he the cop?
Yeah, remember he
he-
came in with the
Came in
$100
with
bills.
the $100 bill.
Grog.
Here you go, Grog.
There's a box.
Yes. But wasn't there... Is this lost episodes? Old Man Grogan was mentioned
Old man
somewhere?
Grogan is with his underwear. She
Old
talks
man
about the
Grogan's
view.
on the line.
She talks
Yes.
about the
We're the
view.
one
Oh yeah,
Grogan.
old man Grogan.
Yeah. Again, all the Irish names.
Irish names.
He would just
Oh,
use them.
tons of them.
Tons of the Irish
them.
names.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
The Italians were mentioned more for comedy.
Yes. Yeah. At the time. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Mr.
Irish were
Marconi.
more
The
of
shoe
neighborhood
guy.
guys.
Yeah.
The shoe guy.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
listening
We
to the
listening to the opera.
Does he get a name?
No.
Or is he just a shoemaker?
No, just a shoemaker. I just
Right,
wanted
yeah.
a shoemaker.
Like a
Yesterday.
shoemaker. We could put that as your credit
You
on
could be a
it.
good shoemaker. Shoemaker listening to opera.
That's it.
The
We could do it
shoemaker.
that way.
Hey, but what about? Can I be the mayor?
Oh,
The
we
mayor
don't
was
see the
mentioned.
mayor.
Was it LaGuardia at the time? Was LaGuardia
It
the mayor
could
at the time?
Oh, it was
Be him. No, it
Bean.
was. No,
Was it
no,
Bean?
Bean's after.
Bean 60s, right?
Yeah.
No, there's a different guy.
I
than
looked it
LaGuardia.
up. I looked it up.
You did?
Yes.
And we all have a
Robert.
computer right near us that we could just pick up as a phone.
Wouldn't it be
to look
something
it
if
up.
we had that?
Yeah,
If we had something like that?
But it's nice to try.
Yes.
It's nice to try to think of it. Do you know it?
No, I can't
All
think
right,
of it.
while
I had
you're
it. I
thinking
know.
of
I
that,
knew it. You know,
modern
things I
day.
knew at one point, and it's just like it's out of my brain.
Here's one more for you, actually, for everybody. Norton mentions someone that says something down at the sewer. He mentions a worker guy that we've never seen.
Oh, throw me up the thing. Flaherty.
Yes.
Flaherty.
Yeah.
Flaherty.
That's
Yep,
right.
There it is. Yep.
Hey, Flaherty.
Flaherty.
That's
And I
right.
think
Tommy,
there's
throw me
one
that
more.
box.
There's one more after that too,
Okay.
though, but that is one too, and that's an.
Is there a
excellent
name
throw
for
and
his
catch.
boss?
He
in
does
the
mention
sewer?
someone. So
Remember, my boss in the sewer. She's the ugliest.
Oh, yeah. So no, he doesn't
But
mention.
he doesn't,
her
he
name.
doesn't give a name.
You don't
though,
give a name
right?
because no way the name would give away the punch.
Correct,
line.
exactly.
You email
Play
name.
right into yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless they were really, really futuristic
So-
and
Yeah.
said the word
you
Pat.
have a lot of
Yeah,
women,
Pat
which
could
is
be both.
surprising. So we have to either dress up as women to play those roles, or we have that one listener.
Oh, Frank Grady.
Frank Grady.
Quit doing yelks.
Oh, yes.
See what I'm saying?
See it?
All right, we need a
Is it
listener to
Grady?
put together a list for us. We
I'm
need a
gonna
list.
ask you guys: is it Grady or Brady? I hear Grady.
Grady.
It is Grady. I hear
don't
Grady.
think it's Brady.
You think it's you don't?
No,
Brady
no,
is
Grady,
English.
I think it's
And they're
Grady.
both Irish. Okay, so it's
Brady
Grady.
is
Both
Irish.
Irish.
Brady is English.
Yeah. Well.
Just made that
Yeah.
up, but it's
okay. Well, it sounds good though. We'll go with the Irish guy because
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
Gleason.
Yeah.
Brady is
Ron
Southern
Albanese, the
California.
Irish
And
guy.
Albanese is so Irish.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, Albanese. Oh, Lucky Charms, me
Can I
love.
be? What about Judy Connor's father?
Oh,
have a
yeah,
name,
you don't see
but he's a
him.
little. He's
Connor's
overprotective.
Yeah, so
guy.
listeners, we have three categories. Ira, apartment people.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's one good one. Members of the lodge. I think there might
Lodge.
be a couple in there. Might be
Yep.
a couple, and then of course we can just go general.
Miscellaneous.
General, yeah.
Yeah.
Like fat racks. You know what I mean?
Fat
like
rack,
Herman
yeah,
fat
yeah,
racks.
yeah.
Like anybody.
Oh, wait a minute.
umbrella
I got
category.
it. I got it. I want to be Fred from Fred's Landing.
Fred's Landing.
Oh
The
my God!
namesake.
Yes.
I wonder if
The
it's, you know those
namesake.
guys used to own a lot. I wonder if Fred owned the gas station too.
Yeah, I
You know, those people were back then. They used to own
Fred's
everything.
gas
I finally want to
Fred's
care about
Landing.
money a little bit. I'm
Excellent.
looking for some money.
Yes.
And when we play into this, this actually works with the sequel idea, the episodes if they continued.
Right.
So you'd see these characters
Right.
maybe.
Right.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
We
And
need
I
to-
am looking forward to these guys and girls coming up with things and
Yeah.
maybe a little answer, a little why.
Joe Lustig.
That's right. For the slightly overweight.
Slightly overweight,
Yes.
making the stale jokes.
I think I have it down.
Wait a minute. Stale jokes. If you're saying a stale joke, that means it's a joke that it doesn't even reference
It's
what I'm
what I'm
talking
talking
about
about.
anymore. Like he's not slightly
Slightly
overweight
overweight
anymore.
anymore, yeah.
That's hilarious. I
Joe
never put
Lustig.
into the stale part.
Yes.
How funny that is.
Yep.
Subtle. It's subtly hilarious. Oh my God. The stale jokes about me being slightly
The
overweight.
episode's like too new yet or something. The audience isn't settled in, but that's really good comedy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just
really is.
sails over the clubhouse.
And I thought it was just the way he says it.
I want to be Herb.
Herb.
I want to be Herb. Does that work for a game show?
It's a key role.
It is. Yes.
It's a key.
Or Jose.
Jose?
To be the piano player.
player, yeah.
We could keep doing this.
It's got to be. I think we can get up to 30 easily.
Easily.
Yeah.
I think we can get up to
Easily.
30.
Easy.
We've already named
So
15
at
or 16.
Vinny's, when we do the improv, we'll do some acts. These people can come to life.
Oh, my God.
And now, welcome to Uncle Vinny's stage, Chester Barnes. Aren't you Ron Albanese? No, I'm Chester Barnes.
Here we'll do, Joe, when people walk in the door, we'll have a basket with name tags on it.
Pick
All
one.
these people, you have to pick one and put it on. Like,
on it,
I'm
yeah.
Jack Townsend. And you
I'm Old Man Grogan.
You have to dress with long johns. This.
See,
oh, my
This-
God.
there's a lot of people.
I'm still overwhelmed about maybe doing this at Uncle Vinny's.
Yeah.
I'm still overwhelmed at this because the
Do
whole
it.
thing was
Winter.
about trying to find a
It's
place.
slower in the winter, right?
Yeah.
Let's go with January, February, March, something like that.
Okay.
We're all just sitting around paying our taxes.
Yeah. Maybe
what I
March.
mean?
Maybe March. All right. I'm going to work
We'll
on
be
this. I'm going to
recording,
talk.
right,
Well, if you were a taxpayer, they wouldn't be investigating.
I'm waiting for the next song.
I got him booked out. Before he says it to me, I said it to him. So can I give you something else on a related
Yeah,
note?
sure.
You actually stumbled across this twice.
I stumbled across. That's how this whole podcast
Illustrious
came about.
podcast.
We just stumbled across everything.
Yeah, exactly.
You're losing part of it
No,
now.
no, no, no.
So I was going to say, there's a lot of, as you study the Classic 39, and they're all great, but you begin to see some repetition. And it often happens in twos. There's a lot of twofers. Yeah, I got a couple minutes. Don't worry
Okay.
about it. He just told me it's 8 o'clock.
I know it's 8 o'clock.
I put a time on for Ron because Ron's got to go, and now you
I
guys
have
went
a
with the
gig
8 o'clock
in
thing.
Beacon, New York. I got to get to. So.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know.
Beacon.
Not Beacon Beach. That was in, again, Point Pleasant, Beacon Beach. For
Oh, I
many
never-
years. It was
I
a
never
private
knew that.
beach.
Beacon Theater.
Louis. Yeah.
What?
And all the girls would crowd around
Yeah,
me
me.
there.
Yeah.
There's no more shade,
Let me
Ron.
tell you.
Oh, okay, twofers. Okay, here's an example of one. Some of them can be plot points. Some of them could just be lines. Ralph, why must you hide things? In 2 episodes. It's
that's
in the
right.
Safety Award, and it's
Yes.
also in the
It's the one with the belt.
The belt?
Safety awards.
Yes.
And why must you hide things?
Well, that's the reading of the will.
The reading of the will
Correct.
with the shoe
Ralph
polish.
Brandon Inc.
Shoe polish and belt.
Yes.
Why must you hide things?
Yeah.
That's done twice.
That's
now,
great.
as a side note, let me just dovetail here.
And by the way, don't
Yes.
use all of your ideas because we hope to have you back, and we want
Oh,
we
okay.
want to
Okay.
keep using your ideas.
My microphone just broke. No, one thing about Ralph Cramden Inc. I don't know if you pointed this out. You may have. So I had a little sense of deja vu. But when he talks about the yellow-bellied sapsucker, 3,000 miles away,
Right.
and then Ralph says
300,000 miles
away.
Apparently, these are alien space birds.
Yeah,
that don't need oxygen.
Yes,
and
so
Ralph
the-
knows about because he's the man from space.
Right.
So he knows all these things
Okay.
about aliens.
They're actually through the ionosphere
Ionosphere.
right
He
now.
says that line with such a confidence and perfection.
Perfection, yeah.
There's no sign of a flub. He does not stutter.
Nope.
He doesn't.
No.
He just fully delivers that line.
Yeah.
Like it's
Like it was
scripted.
meant to be.
Yes. Yes. So I love that about that. So let me see. I'll give you another little taste. Okay. Now about a plot point. of
Okay.
that. The sleepwalking is used as a plot point.
Right.
And it happens twice.
Twice.
And it's the only one episode that, because they're all standalone episodes, that is the only one that references something that happened on a previous episode.
Exactly.
Correct.
Which
Correct.
And it fit in
beautiful.
perfectly.
Yeah.
It's because, and also when Ralph's like, well, you had that sleepwalking thing.
Yeah.
Shane."
Yeah.
Such tones and everything. I love it.
Alice remembers that.
And then, okay, we'll talk about an object. Well, actually, one it's mentioned and one time it's seen. But Esquire.
Oh, va-va-voom.
Yes, excellent.
In bed when he's flipping through the magazine, that's Esquire, and then obviously
3 Esquires.
Because there's the other one where Alice was looking at the magazine,
Magazine.
where she almost knocked off the drink.
Yeah.
Right, and that goes back to our pop culture reference.
Yep.
Very big, influential
Yes.
magazine
Va,
at the
va, va,
time,
voom.
along
Yep.
with the New Yorker and
Yeah.
stuff. Now, you said va 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 voom. Now, as another dovetail to the dovetail, I just wanted to point out to the listeners that Art Carney also did music. And
Yes.
a lot of people don't know that or aren't aware of that.
Well, there are a lot of people who don't know the show that well that ask, was that Art Carney really playing the piano? Which, of course, we know it is. But a lot of people are like, was that really him playing? And it was. So
Yes.
we know that he was a music guy.
He was a musical guy, and he also had some albums out, as did Gleason.
And I did not know Art Carney had albums out.
If I was going to recommend Gleason, I think I said this last time, there is a compilation called And Away We Go. It has all of his character songs, Reggie Van Gleason III.
Right.
There's a Poor Soul song. There's actually some clips of early stand-up on there as well.
Of his?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's
And are all the songs instrumentals?
No. This is the thing. This is, I'm looking at one. There's a song called One of These Days, Pal.
Oh, okay.
And
One of these days,
he's in
Pal, right in the
character as
kissing.
Ralph.
Really?
These are his character songs. There's one. What's the one? You might
I'm
know
going
this
to.
one.
I have a long ride tonight
Poor
for
Soul.
my
Is
gig.
it? Oh, you
I'm
got.
doing
Listen,
it.
the album is great. It's on Spotify.
I've
streaming
seen
everywhere.
that picture.
I've seen the
Okay,
picture.
I've seen that.
It's a great compilation. I got it in the '90s or something when it came out. But you mentioned his.
Post that photo on the group.
Yeah,
Ron.
that's a good idea. That's a good.
We have a
physical
group now.
comedy going on.
Yeah, in the room on a podcast.
His instrumental albums are pretty good. They're very mellow. This is like all up stuff.
Well, the one that it's something for lovers.
For
or something
lovers,
like that.
Melancholy Serenade.
Yeah,
right.
Stuff that he
and
actually
then-
didn't even write.
Yeah.
No. I think at some point, he was like, he was literally Ralph Cramden Inc., or Gleason Inc.,
Yeah.
where he was doing these records.
He probably came up with a couple of melodies
but-
and then said, "Hey, listen,
Said
take
it
this
to some
melody
guy
and make a
and
song."
some guy
I was
with a
saying to
kind of
Michael
piano.
Bruce, though, they say, actually in the liner notes to this record, that he could walk in and, listen to an orchestra, and he'd be able to orchestrate, although he couldn't read music or anything. He would know if something sounded off and everything, and he would actually kind of direct, they say. Like Elvis did.
Right.
in his session. Same kind of idea. He was an arranger, composer, writer, like Michael Bruce. I was going to say that one. Producer. What's the other one? So I wanted to say, Art Carney did a full Easter album. It's a kids' Easter record, and I actually use tracks of it when I do Easter gigs.
Is this
sometimes.
before Honeymooners or after?
I believe it's concurrent. I want to say it's 50s at some point. There is a Va 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 Voom song, too.
Oh, okay.
That's the one you probably want to hunt down right away. It's like a novelty song. There is because that was his phrase. Art Carney's phrase was Va 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 Voom. That's why the audience laughs at that.
Oh, so they know it's him.
Carneyism into the episode.
Okay. Hang on a second. I am going to revert back. I'm going to revert back to when we were talking about what do you call it? Pal writing the kisser.
Mm-hmm.
You're a grouch. I think Va 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 Voom is one of those too. Because the mouse, the honey mousers.
Yeah, I can prove it to you. I have a Honeymooners official Honeymooners T-shirt.
Well, listen to
with
Chief
Norton
Justice Bruce over here.
I know a lot about a lot of things today, Ron. Okay, so
I love that line. Chief Justice Rouse.
But I have an official Honeymooners, merchandise T-shirt, and you see Norton on the T-shirt, and in huge letters it says "Va Va Va Voom" on the T-shirt.
Okay.
So it probably lends it to.
Because I've seen it in those cartoons. I saw it in the one. There was the Honey Mousers.
The Honey Mousers.
And he said, and the Ed Norton thing said "Va Va Va Voom." So that is another one that I think if you say "Va Va Va Voom" to people who know old TV shows, they would probably think Honeymooners.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think so. Not as much as
the
the
other
other
ones.
ones.
Too in the Honey Mousers, Ralph always says, "You are a mental case."
That's another
and
one.
You never hear it in the 39, but he says it in the Lost.
Yes. Again.
Calls someone a mental case. He calls Norton a mental case, right?
I think it's once, maybe.
Maybe.
He does say men in the 39.
They're remnants. Like you said, they're remnants carryover things.
From the Lost.
It morphed into Stupid Head.
Yeah. Or Stupid Head. Now get out.
Now get out.
Stupid Head.
He's so concise when he says he doesn't say stupid head.
So angry.
Stupid head.
This is actually Art Carney. Flopsy, Mop.
Oh, I heard that. I know this song.
Yes, I use it.
Wait a minute. That's the cartoon?
This is the compilation record.
But is that the cartoon? Is this the Three Pigs?
I believe he's in it. I believe it's used for that. If that's what
You know that old.
I love that cartoon. The three little bops.
The Three Little Bops.
Yeah.
That's. But
Love
is that what that
He
is?
does a lot of narration. See.
I never.
What he did like better than anything else was a nice fat rabbit in a nice brown pie. In fact,
Stan Freberg did the Three Little Pigs.
I know.
Stan Freberg,
see
but
that.
the riff is like kind of like that.
My
it's
God.
that same pattern.
Yeah.
But Stan Freberg was the guy that did the Three Little Pigs, Three Little Bops, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
Great cartoon.
This
One of
is
the best-
awesome.
It's one of the-
This is awesome. I
one of the best
never
cartoons of all
look. I
time.
knew about Gleason, but I didn't know about it. And away we go with
These
the song,
guys were
and I did
pop
not know.
culture guys.
Okay.
And now they're in the Honeymooners. Okay. You can't really say that about I Love Lucy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Fred Mertz was not a known guy. What's his name? Not Vivian Vance.
William Frawley.
William Frawley.
He was a character actor. He was in tons of stuff.
Character actor.
Background
Later,
guy.
Uncle Charlie.
Yeah.
Uncle
For
Charlie.
a while, right?
Yeah. Then he did a lot. He
for
just do a lot of those detective movies back before.
Before I Love Lucy. He was a player.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
a player.
I-
The gruff, always like the gruff detective.
Right.
Right.
We
Like playing
see
next-
him a lot when
But
we
in
watch
the TV
TCM. We
world-
see him all the time.
In the TV world, okay,
Right.
I'm not going to say movies, although we had The Hustler and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Gleason and Carney were up there. So when you put them in this show, you were right here already.
Yeah.
That's why when they would walk in, there was so much like
big
applause.
deal.
Oh, the applause
and
lasted
love.
forever.
Right.
It seems like it lasts forever to
Yeah.
be applaud. They're trying to get their line out and they're standing there and
They're stars.
Yeah.
Big stars.
Yeah, it's almost like if two big time people and actors right now started their own, and there were movies and all that, and now they're doing a TV show and it's good.
Yeah.
We're gonna be like, oh, that's what's his face
Yeah.
and what's his face. Wow.
If Ron took his hat off underneath a street lamp right now, they would recognize him and they would cheer.
Even the people
I'm
with jealous
going all
nature.
the way. I'm going to forge on through.
Well, those people with jealous nature.
Regardless of one.
All
gotta
right. Well,
bail.
I am going to
We need a group shot before you leave.
I am going to get to our final bit of the day. And it's Louis' 72nd favorite bit that we do on this show. All right. And you guys, we're going to all play along.
Close second.
We're all going to play along.
22.
Here. Yep.
You guys all get to do the herp.
And here, yep. Are you guys with
That's
us?
who I want to be, Herb.
All right, cool. Here we go. Let's see how we do with the herb.
I can't
Now,
find
Tom,
the
who is our first guest, please?
Herb! Our first guest, ready to leap the first hurdle on his way to the $99,000 answer, is our
comedian from New Zealand, the Kiwi man, Joe Conti.
And special guest.
See the expression on your face when you miss it.
And special guest Michael Bruce and Ron Albanese, because all three of us are going to
answer
this
this.
one.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Now, Joe, I'm going to introduce this. I'm not going to just ask the question. It's going to be introduced like I was from one of the episodes. A line that you love.
Okay.
Okay, so here it is. What are the requirements a new member must go through before he can be entered into the lodge?
Okay.
What are the requirements?
Okay, hold on. How many are there?
There are 3.
3. Okay.
And according to one of them, I wouldn't be a member of the lodge.
Oh, my.
There are 3 of them.
Watch this episode 15,000
times.
And oh my God.
And I'm confusing this with TV or not TV. About being a good spaceman.
You don't have to brush your teeth to be in a
Yeah,
lodge.
you know what I mean? I'm like,
There's the guy that gets up and the William F. Buckley guy.
William
I
F.
have the
Buckley.
Arcarney song in my head. Mopsy. Who was his Batman villain again? Arcarney.
The Archer.
The Archer.
Love that.
Anybody? Come on.
Hold on. I know
And
one
threes.
of them. I know one of them.
Give me one. Give me one.
You have to pay your $1.50 dues.
Initiation fee.
Initiation
Okay,
fee.
We'll give you that one.
Right? And you have to be living in the United States for at least 6 months.
6 months, okay.
That's
Because
right.
Anthony Eden couldn't be in it.
Anthony Eden couldn't be.
And the last one.
Oh my God, I know it. Because it's almost like the punch. It's the kind of funny, and then he sits, and then he yells at him, and he sits, makes him sit down, and I.
Well, he makes him sit down after. He goes, "That's it. The requirements are too tough."
Oh, yeah.
He goes, "You're a member, aren't you?"
That's great.
The first one. This is the first one mentioned.
Do one. No.
Residing in the United States for 6 months. That's second.
Second.
Pay $1.50 initiation fee. That's the third one.
Right.
You're missing the first one.
Oh my goodness. What about you guys? Do you guys have it?
Anything?
Must be a good pool player.
I'm like Ron. I'm thinking of the Space Cadet.
Space Cadet.
Yeah.
I keep thinking must do one good deed a day or something.
Yeah, for dumb animals.
So,
and children. Yeah.
Be kind of dumb animals. Be kind of dumb animals and old ladies in and out of space.
It's out of space.
In and out of space.
In and out.
One of my favorites. That's like a.
Mike, you had the great idea to put that on a T-shirt.
Oh, the
Captain Video Pledge.
Because if anybody knew it, they would run and tackle you because they'd be
Yes.
like, I can't believe that's on a T-shirt. They would know it.
You had that. That's a great idea.
I'm just getting a shirt that says your stockings are
The honey, that's it.
Wears that
Everywhere I go. Honeymooners
Wear that.
podcast shirt, and on the back, I'm gonna have the
Stockings are crooked.
All right, come on.
All right, Lou.
One more to go. I'll give
That's
you.
the shirt.
I'll give you. I'll give you a hint.
It's gonna drive me crazy.
I don't have one.
Car.
No.
I couldn't be a member of the lodge because of this first. Requirement.
Oh! A wife.
No.
Oh my God.
Must have it.
No, they want people married. I guess that's good for attendance. It's annoying. Good for attendance.
Must have a job.
I love the whole women's auxiliary.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
kind of
They
thing.
hate the raccoons, but yet they're part of the Williams
And yet
Auxiliary.
there's a full women's wing.
Oh, those silly raccoons.
You're not going on a fishing trip.
I can't think
Comes
of
out
it.
like a
Go ahead, Lou.
adorable-
Ready? You want to give it?
God.
You want to give
Give me
it?
another hint. You got another hint?
Another hint?
Come on, Lou.
All right, I'm turning the clicker off.
Got something to do
The
with.
clicker's gone blue.
Got something to do with education.
High school
Must have a high school
diploma.
Close.
Grammar school, grade school.
Oh, almost there.
GED.
Must have something about honor roll or something.
No.
Must have attained a certain average. No.
No.
No, it wasn't that complicated.
Was it?
It's got to be just.
I'll tell you to get. I don't have one, so.
Oh, high
soul?
school diploma or something?
No, I got one of those.
Wait, I didn't think you had that.
That's how I got here.
I'm thinking of raccoons in the 50s. I'm not thinking of that guy sitting there in a Rutgers hoodie.
This is mind blowing.
They let him in.
Believe I can't
tough, right?
think of it. I can't.
Must be
believe
in a
it.
Kiss Army?
I don't have one, and it's got to do with education.
All right.
And it's you're gonna flip when you hear this.
I know because I know this.
Cats and rats.
Must have a.
The way it's worded.
Be fluent in
No,
something.
The way Louis just went, you waved him off.
No,
you waved him off like, get out of here.
Must be fluent.
I went down there.
Must be.
I really went down. I can't take it anymore. What is it?
A public school diploma.
Oh,
yes.
That's how they worded it.
It's
you know
an
what?
arcane term.
I
That's what
don't
it is.
think I would have gotten it.
School diploma, which I don't have.
I would not have gotten it.
Isn't it amazing we have all watched that episode 1,000
1,000?
times?
Yeah.
And you'd think you just would remember that.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that great?
Oh,
A public. I have a Catholic school diploma. It's like I can't get it.
if I hear "I told you so" from John Barrett at home, I'm going to punch him.
I'm not to write about.
All right.
Wow.
Well, listen, that was one of the most fun times I've had with this. This was just so much fun. I got to thank, of course, Ron Albanese and Michael Bruce. And please plug away. Please follow these guys on social media. Plug away, please.
That 80sbandny.com, Hairband Riot, Facebook.
December 9th. December 9th. Michael Bruce and
1941 was the day that was living
traveling back in time
Yes.
to develop the atomic bomb. No.
Oh,
December 9th at the Pocono Premium Outlets in Tannersville, PA.
Okay, no,
Michael
that's it.
Bruce and I will be welcoming Santa and his favorite helper elf, Elvis the Elf, to the outlets. And they will be there from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m.
What
in
day is
Tannersville,
this?
PA.
What day is it?
Saturday, December 9th.
It's right out on
We
80.
will be there.
Right? Straight out on 80. Right?
Yeah, I'm
Straight
I
out
think
on 80.
we're going to go. We're going to go.
You get off right at Tannersville. You make a left. You take the subway. You're there in 2.5 hours.
An hour and a half.
I'm not sure if they fully understand what you mean by Santa and
Well,
Elvis the Elf.
at Michael Bruce, we have certain allusions to uphold for our young listenership. And we will
true.
be
We're
there.
gonna be
You can
introducing
come and
them.
greet
That's true.
Santa and his favorite helper, Elvis, will be posing for photos. They'll be posing for photos and hanging
We're
out.
all going
and,
home.
And now you know it, and I know it.
The whole world knows it.
This way or that way or anyway.
And they'll
or
take
any other
upstairs
way.
and get them in.
I love that one. So December. That's the biggest thing. Other than that, the biggest thing.
You got into his pants.
I ever got it too.
He's the biggest thing in
And,
Tannersville.
Other than that, Ron Albanese
Invasion
on
of your
your
privacy.
Google machine. Ron Albanese. I'm a children's and entertainment. I can't go on tonight.
I'm not going tonight.
I had too many.
How could they do
I
this
had too
to
many
me?
pastries.
To me.
We want to thank Calandras.
Yes, Calandras.
Ron,
All right.
you've come back.
You've come back. So thank you, boys. This was great.
This is so
thank
much
you.
fun.
Excellent
So
material.
much fun.
All
Oh my
fun
God.
stuff.
It was the most fun train wreck I've ever been a part of.
Yes.
It was all over the place. It was like trying to drive in the snow with a 73 Pinto.
Welcome
and it
to
was
my
fantastic.
world.
I haven't laughed this hard so long.
great.
So who else we want to thank? We want to thank Silk City Hot Sauce, of course. All of you guys who listen, email us, comment on Facebook, and all you full-grown nut fraternity members and future fraternity members. Share episodes of our YouTube videos with friends on your social media, and share directly with your pals in the sewer or at the bus depot. If you want to follow me on all my social media platforms, it's Joe Conti with an E, comic, and what else can I say?
There's not a G.
There's no G
no
in there.
G in
I
Conti.
swear there's no G.
Put down Conti.
Conti.
Hey, that
So,
Who's gonna play Nat Birnbaum?
Birnbaum.
Oh my God!
Here we go. Let's not start.
Let's no. Then you know what? We're gonna stop, and then we're gonna stop now, and then we're gonna record again and do a part 2. We're gonna do another 2-hour episode.
You know what this means, don't you?
For me and Louis Fats, and today for Ron Albanese and Michael Bruce, we say we'll see you next time.
E pluribus raccoonum.
Night all.
Night all. There you go.
Episode 114.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
We'll have to do this again real soon.
How about tomorrow night?
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.